Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We did it.
Hello. We're here.
We made it.
Perfect.
Good night, everybody.
Perfect. Casmo has already shut us down.
Casmo.
Doug is
Whoa.
typing.
Typing loud.
It's clacky clack keyboard.
Loud and proud.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait.
Show.
There we go.
I thought you're supposed to.
Dude, it's a bottle.
Ah, dude, I ran out of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually put it in a cup with ice, but like we were talking about before the show, my freezer is acting up. So,
Doug, what happened to the super chats from last week? We missed 2 of them last week. We're sorry, folks.
They should still be there.
No, they're gone. New Zealand.
That was it.
2-1, and then there was something else. Mach, we're sorry.
You want to do them? Because I got them.
You got them.
Right here
Do
for
them.
me.
yeah.
They're gone on mine. All right. Mach said 2-1 New Zealand. I'm not saying that.
Meow.
There you go. 35 minutes to go. What was the other one? Fly Monkey Fly says you're forgetting something, though, that's slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Focus cause time dilation, heightened sharpness, restrained aggression. No idea what the context of that is because it's been a week and I've just been sitting here for the entire week. In fact, I didn't even change shirts
how
this
I
time.
play Battlefield.
I just sat here and powered down until it was time to power back up. But
That's all he does.
Mode.
He's like Kurt Russell in Soldier. He just sits at the cot and waits for the next episode.
welcome back.
You know what I'm
Casmo.
talking about, nerds.
We missed you
We did.
Who, me?
Yeah.
with your martini.
That's
Or
apple juice.
No, that's apple juice. I just drink it in a.
juice.
I just drink it in a
Apple
glass
cider.
to keep the mystique.
How have you been, Sir Casmo?
Tremendous. I have finished my tour on the Challenger jet.
Nice.
I'm done. 830-ish hours, 200 landings, a yaw damper fail, and I'm done. That's it. Yeah. There we go. I didn't even do that. That's somebody else. Good work, Doug.
Those are your passengers. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank Christ.
I'm not allowed
look
to
at
touch the soundboard, sir.
Oh, wow.
Mover.
I started
Mover's
this a
got
while
choice.
ago. Yeah, now you got...
It's a film
That's nice.
before a
Wow,
live
that's
studio
abrupt.
audience.
Yeah, that's right. Applause. Hold up the applause sign. But yeah, no, I'm done. And heading off to the next thing.
Perfect.
And that is,
Stream.
can you tell us?
The Gulfstream 450.
Nice.
Big time.
Nice.
No, it's good. I interviewed for this job like 2 months ago, and I finally got the word.
Hired you in spite of your
Yeah, they
presence.
still,
on the Mover and
despite,
Gonky
yeah,
Show.
hopefully they don't see this episode. But yeah, so last Friday I finally got the call. After I was talking to my parents, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what's taking so long." And then I hung up with them, and I checked my work phone. I was like, "Oh," and I texted them back. I was like, "Never mind, I got it." So
That's
Congratulations.
And then my next text was to you guys.
Congrats,
I know, we
man.
saw it. We were so
Yeah,
excited for
that's
you.
awesome.
You've moved on
Yeah.
up. Does this come
know.
with a pay bump?
It is a hefty pay bump. I won't say how much, but it's a lot.
More than Gonky makes? Like, did
It's-
you make
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
the
Gonky,
increase equal
when
to
you're
Gonky's
tired
salary?
when you're tired of slumming it, just give me a call. I got you.
I need a freezer.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I need a
I'll buy you one. I'll send it. What? Give me your address. I'll
That's
send it
couch
to you.
money. That's Casmo's walking around money.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's per
He
diem.
usually tips people that when it's gonna
Yeah,
take-
yeah. Oh, I did tip. So that's funny you bring that up. So I flew a flight like 2 weeks ago, and we were bringing people back. So they were coming back from Europe. I was in Bangor, Maine, and we were doing a crew swap, right? So they came over to Bangor from Spain, and then we jumped in and took them the rest of the way to California. But anyway, the crew was like, hey, when we went over to Europe, these people had these bottles of champagne. There's like 4 extra bottles. You guys do whatever you want with them. So we end up in Phoenix. I've got 4 of these bottles. And I just kind of Google the name. They're like $130, $140 bottles of champagne. There's like 4 of them. So there's a dude servicing the lav on the aircraft, and normally we tip him like $5 or $6. I just go out with a bottle of this champagne. I'm just like, here you go, man. Thanks for what you're doing. He's like, oh,
Wow.
thanks. He had no idea. He probably went home. I was like, ooh. But you know what I've learned is like $130 bottles of champagne and wine taste like $15 bottles of champagne and wine.
like the stuff in the box.
Yeah. stuff.
Don't you? You gotta get the glass right and shake it right and do all that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta sniff it. You know. All that shit.
Exactly. I mean, there's a whole process, man.
I think I sent you guys the picture when I was in Dublin of the like €50 $1,000 bottle of whiskey.
I do remember that, and it was lost on both of us.
Yeah, that's trickle down economics, everybody. That's what they're
like. What is this?
I get these at 97 cents at Walmart.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
97 cents, dude. I've been paying $1.
I look for Monster on a discount. Yeah, exactly. It's a different world.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Well, we're happy you joined us. You are the inspiration to all helicopter pilots.
That's right. To become a jet pilot, I like the way you twisted that just a little bit.
Yeah, after all that time rooting around, taking a bullet around in the tree, all that stuff. Now,
look at you.
When is the book coming out?
I haven't worked on that in so long.
Oh, dude. now that you're going to be spending all this time at flight level 600 or nobody is, like, you got all the time in the world, dude, to hammer this thing out.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny you say that because the Gulfstream doesn't go any higher than the Challenger. But it's so funny that you say that because like in the 7.3 days, I was like picking my way around weather. Dude, at 450, there's no weather. Go over it. There's no weather, son. Just go right over it. And ATC is always so good. They're like, severe precipitation and turbulence at your 11 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, we're over that.
You probably get cleared direct as soon as you reach 450, right? Because there's nobody up there.
That's funny you say that because I think I was around Denver and I got cleared pretty much direct to Detroit the other day. Yes, like Saturday. Yeah, my last flight.
Have you done pond crossings?
Different. Yeah.
Obviously, if you were in, I didn't know.
Two.
So my question is, for these long flights, do y'all fly augmented crews? Like, how do you?
No, it's only 6 hours.
Y'all don't fly like 9-10 hour flights or anything like that, like the Gulfstream.
The 650s and like 700s do that. Like Gulfstreams, they do like 16-hour augmented stuff.
Where do
they challenge?
Do they have like crew rest facilities? Like, where do you sleep?
I have no idea. I don't know how they crack that nut, but I know that they do it, which is why I did not apply for them because I have no interest in doing that.
Bring a sleeping bag.
It was exactly. Sleep on the toilet. Yeah. No, it's very targeted with the 450 because it kind of does the more like domestic, maybe to Hawaii, maybe to Europe, short haul. But the 650 guys are doing like the Saudi Arabia or Japan or some shit like that. So, but I mean, Hawaii, if you go to Hawaii from, the States, it's what, like 5-6 hours, maybe. Because the Challengers will do that. We'll do the Hawaii. I've never done the Hawaii. I've been scheduled for it, then it gets canceled. But like, I mean, from Gander, Canada to Czech Republic, we did that in 6 hours.
Wow.
So, yeah. Wow. And the Challenger is awesome. I love it. I miss it already.
It's the longest leg you've done, Gonky, in your
Sky Bus. I went to Vegas. Vegas is probably the farthest, and it was, I don't know, 3 hours.
From where?
From Destin.
Eggland.
Yeah, it's probably like 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long haul for me.
I think my longest distance flight was like in the 7.3. It was from Vancouver to Raleigh, and it was like 6.5 hours.
Oh,
but that was with a good tailwind, Yeah.
Cool. Man. Cool. Gonky, how have you been? Tell us your troubles.
Well,
nobody knows.
Right. No, man, it's been good. It's been raining constantly. Like today we got a little reprieve. My backyard is completely a swamp and flooded. But no, man, just doing the dad thing. Fridge is acting up. Domestic problems as usual.
Domestic problems.
Yeah. With the house. Sorry.
Are you in duress?
No, I'm always in.
You're supposed to do the thing if you're being.
They're treating me very well here.
Right. Yeah.
I love my wife. She treats me so well.
Yeah, dude. So it's
there's no door, so Gonky. Yeah.
Yeah. So dude. Yeah, it's good.
Perfect.
No complaints, man.
And
You want me to
Douglas?
send you a fridge?
I have no complaints, sir.
Yeah. Well, Casmo will have his assistant send you a fridge because
That's right.
it's not going to be. I'll have Jeeves do it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel really bad if I fail the initial training. Guys,
Yeah. Can I get the fridge
About the fridge.
I still got I got the receipt.
you know the fridge, it was a good faith.
No way I'm keeping this. Nice. It's real
It's gonna be a good night.
All right, from the audience now. Spider says to the father, late Father's Day, Gonky Doug, and Casmo, obviously.
Obviously.
Casmo has Spawn also.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Pump Guy says, Luna snacks, hope she's feeling better. Luna's doing great, and that's a cool A10.
I would love to know what A10 that is.
Oh, you want to buy one?
It's smaller than
Maybe.
normal.
We might be paying you too much, Doug, if you want to buy that.
I mean,
Yeah, we need to renegotiate your contract.
I already had to get into a program over the RC.
I mean, here I am for free, but
Dude, you're a rich Gulfstream pilot.
Not not yet.
What do you even what?
Casmo, just start cashing the checks, dude. That's
Anything
how
we
it's done.
pay you would be insulting to your
That's right.
salary. Your accountant would be like, "What is this? This is another.
Right? Yeah. What is?
Why are you giving me this?"
It's funny when people say that because I've never been insulted by any amount I've ever been paid.
That's
Right.
That must be.
Yeah.
Thomas says, "Always a pleasure, guys." Mover was rewatching Start Finding Me, boys. What does mud mean? Are you going to ask this? This was asked
Same
last
one.
week too.
Affirmative.
Hey,
Either
for
it's the
$20,
same-
I'll answer.
Go ahead, because we're not going to jail. You can go.
Oh,
to
well,
jail
then maybe
if
I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's going to send me to jail. I don't know what it means. I
honestly, I'm not comfortable enough to know if it. I'm pretty sure it's unclassed, but
Hold on. Let's ask old.
They
let's
say
ask-
it in DCS all the time.
It's at Mud Spike, 12 o'clock.
But I
yeah,
mean,
but you know what it means? There's a lot of stuff in DCS where people, I've seen their explanations. I'm like, no.
All right, I will give you the DCS explanation, and these
Here we go.
knuckleheads can deny it for
Okay.
security purposes, but it means a ground radar or something like that.
Oh,
Mud Spike, 12 o'clock. It means like, oh, there's something on the ground that's spiking me.
all right.
And I got to give like a weird hand signal to my wingman because I can't use the radio because he might be intercepted.
No. Oh, speaking
You
of
guys
DCS,
do. I know.
Here's
I
what-
understand.
here's what
I just give
ChatGPT
hand
says.
signals.
ChatGPT says a ground-based radar is detecting or tracking you.
Perfect.
Perfect.
ChatGPT is going to get us
Nailed
all
it.
in trouble. Anyway, listen, bad news from the DCS community. The High Alpha Hooligans put out a video. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but unfortunately, Wags has cancer.
Yes, he does.
And he has been trying to
Yes.
deal with that over the last few weeks, and it's an uphill battle. So our thoughts are with Wags.
I literally just texted him while we were getting ready, and he says he's making progress every day after day. So
Good.
He is the most like, I was talking to him earlier today about it too, and like he's like, oh, it's nothing like you've been through, and I'm like, dude, this guy is the toughest. Like the stuff life has thrown at him, and to be as resilient as he is, and to have done all the things that he's done for this community and for just people in general. I mean, I hope nothing but the best for him, and that he's able to kick cancer's ass quickly.
yeah, 100%.
We are encouraged to send messages of support on any relevant forum.
Yeah.
DCS forum would be an
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
No, Wags a good
Tagging
dude.
Social media.
Wags has been the face of DCS for as long as I've known this community.
And the voice.
And the voice. And a lot of people give him shit when he doesn't deserve it, but he's always bounced back and been, he loves it.
Sorry.
He loves it so much. So it's hard to see, but I hope he has a quick recovery.
Hey, everybody. Wags here with Eagle Dynamics. And in this DCS video,
We will teach you all the systems.
here's the briefing room for the super carrier.
Starting with Mud 6.
Mud means radar from a ground-based radar.
No, it'll be good to have him on the show again, man, when he gets well, man.
Yeah, that's
Dude, they've
good.
probably changed all the comm anyway. Like current dudes are probably like those dinosaurs. Like none of that stuff is they probably have a new term, Space
doubt
Laser
it.
5.
What are we giving away? Like, is someone listening and like, oh, he said
Yes.
mud.
Yes.
That means he
No.
knows that we're
No.
tracking it. Like,
Casmo.
get out of
Casmo.
town.
We
What? Tell me.
are on first name basis with NCIS. So
There-
yes.
Oh,
There's a whole wing.
which one? NCIS
The
New
same one that
Orleans
arrested
or
that
the
guy that-
normal ones?
Jumped. What was that? Virginia?
You mean
The
the Trevor
normal
dude
one.
that jumped?
No, that was Coronado.
Oh,
But
Are you guys being watched? Should I be alarmed?
we're always
Should I
being
be
watched.
here?
That's we're
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later.
Podcast. Oh, now you're scared. All of a sudden, hold on
I'm not
now.
scared.
Yeah, you're in it
Thanks,
now.
man.
You're in it. They already
Oh,
have a
it's fine.
profile on
Look,
you.
look, I've already said my piece on this show many times, and I probably will again tonight, but I'm not
Bleed
scared.
insanity due to the martini, man. You're good.
Right. That's only my first.
You're good.
Anyway,
Let's keep
Rob
going.
says, "Just dudes."
Hell yeah, just dudes. I mean, maybe I shot a woman, but I don't know. They were all dressed like dudes, and they were all bad, as Arnold said. They're all bad.
Thomas says, "Casbo."
That $2 mine, by the way. I'll send you my Venmo, and that last one was mine too. So just send
Oh
you the
shit!
Venmo.
Then this one's for sure going to be yours. The Tic Tac's got my back. Says the future will just be drones fighting each other while the controllers meow at each other on the guard from the comfort of their homes. It'll be like a Call of Duty lobby.
He's
How
not
much
wrong.
Casbo loves this.
100%.
Casbo's peeing his pants. Hold on.
It's like a Call of Duty lobby. That's hilarious. I love this. I'm enjoying the show more than any other.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All right.
tremendous.
This one
That's
is
a
for
lot
you,
to unpack.
Casmo.
I love that.
CC Rider.
66 CC Rider. our
That
homie.
dude.
Welcome back, Casmo, fellow Army guy. Love you all.
That's awesome.
Did you just throw up a gang sign?
No, that was Army sign.
No, that's the sign of the
That's
devil.
not an Army.
Or-
Army sign.
We don't have a
Tom says,
sign.
Hey,
What
dude,
the
you
fuck?
know this. That looks like something you would know.
That's the sign.
That's the sign, but look
That's the
behind the sign. Isn't that an Apache?
Oh, look at that. See, well, that's Hawaii. So he's probably in Hawaii.
Oh,
That's Tom. That's Tom. Tom, are
you
you in
know
Hawaii?
Tom?
I don't know.
Do you
I know
know
Tom. We
Tom?
fly Phantoms together. Yeah.
Do you really?
In DCS,
Oh,
not real life.
Would you rather be a crop duster flying below treetops or aerial fire?
Dude, crop dusters, there's no joke in that. Like when I was in Louisiana, watching crop dusters do their business, that was legit.
I watched
I
a
was
whole
impressed.
ass video on YouTube about a crop duster. He brought out the whiteboard, which inspired me to buy a whiteboard. So my new background in my other facility is going to have a whiteboard.
Your other facility, is that like your OnlyFans facility or?
Yeah, I got a whole new studio in the room
Oh.
next door.
Dude, I want to visit your facility.
My lair.
No, when I was in Louisiana, I remember flying over this airport. Like we were coming to land, so like we entered a downwind, and this crop duster landed, and I'm looking out and I'm watching him, and he pulled out, and took off before I even hit base. Like it's wild.
I was talking.
They've got it wired.
T-Bear was saying they start and they don't shut down until the end of the day. Like that engine. I'm
believe
like,
it.
dude, do you hot refuel? He's like, oh yeah, just leave the thing.
Yeah.
on.
It was insane. Like he just spun around and like the thing just dumped all that shit in this and he took off. It was insane. I had no idea. And then to watch them like dip down low, like helicopter pilots would be like, "Ooh, this is scary."
He's hit
Like they were
trees.
really low.
He's pulled tree limbs
believe
out
it.
of his
It's-
sprayer bar and stuff.
It's Tree Bear.
Tree Bear, yeah.
We call him Tree Bear sometimes.
Tree bear because of the teeth.
Yeah.
I get it.
But there's all kinds of tech. They got like a GPS thing that shows them where the swath has gone and where it needs to go. And
I guess
like, a
you'd
light
need
bar.
that. Yeah.
Well, if you go to this video in the comments, there are dudes like, I used to be a flag guy. And in the explanation, they're like, well,
Yeah.
back in 1970, I put a raincoat on and I was
Yep.
in a pickup truck and I would stand and hold the flag and they would spray me and then I would go
It
15
run
feet,
over.
yeah, to the next row. and
It's
then hold
funny
the
you say
flag.
that. I remember taking my ATP written exam, and the guy, like, yeah, long story short, yeah, I remember the guy telling me something like he started out as the flag guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ugh. He's probably
Yeah,
got
that
like 8
sounds
forms
like-
of cancer.
Right.
Oh,
That's
man.
The ones that live get a pilot slot.
Right. Yeah. Did you make it? Yeah. 100%.
Thomas says for Gonky's fridge.
Thank
I
you,
got
Thomas.
him. I got him. That's
Yeah.
my $5. I got him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Gundam Blade
my
says,
pretty
Mover, did you send the Mustang application? I did. I mailed it off last week. It got there late, so I don't know if they accepted it. We'll see.
Oh, they already sent me a note and said I'm accepted. So try again next year.
Did you get one too?
I have no idea what we're talking about. I just made that up.
Oh, okay. That's fun. I love it. We're bonding.
Gonky.
Rampage RM says, best wishes to Wags and F Cancer. Yeah, man. Go wish Wags. However, Wags is contactable in his world. Go wish him the very best.
Use your mind. He'll feel it.
Yeah. Some people want to know, there was a Apache shoot down and a autonomous boat came and picked them up. I don't know if you watched the news.
Yeah, I'm aware of the news. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? All of it. Ditching an Apache, getting
It's a little
floating for
early
2
for that.
hours, and then climbing up into the autonomous boat. Start from the beginning and tell us your feelings.
Oh, Mover. Yeah, I mean, we don't obviously. I've heard different theories, and I don't understand what happened necessarily, because that type of drone, you guys can correct me, and of course the chat will absolutely correct me. That type of drone is that they think shot it down, isn't something that they could adjust on the fly. So I've seen some theories that maybe they were trying to shoot it down and something happened, that there was a collision. I don't know. Good on them for paying attention in dunker training, because dunker training is awful and terrifying. I'm sure you guys have gone through it.
Do you guys do the helo dunker?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Helicopter pilots, Donkey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Army guys.
Yeah, and they give you the Heeds bottle, and sometimes it has air in it, and sometimes, in my case, it does not.
It just smells
And
like
you
hot
discover
breath from
that
the last guy.
Yeah, you discover it halfway through your first breath. Like,
jalapenos. What is this?
Yeah, what was this guy eating, ass? But yeah, so I've discovered the awesomeness of being upside down in the water in the dark. So good for them for being able to figure out. I don't know enough details about what they went through getting down. Obviously, I say obviously, it's more than possible that whatever ran into them did not explode, because it probably would have killed them. So it's probably just an impact that caused them to crash. And then, yeah, to be rescued, there's a meme going around that, some F-15 pilots, we sent like everybody, and then some Apache guys got shot down, and we just sent a robot boat. We sent a robot boat to get them. Yeah.
Sent the RC boat. It's fine.
Ironically enough, it's the meme from the mom from Arrested Development holding martini. Just send a robot boat. But good for them for being able to get out of the cockpit, because that's no mean feat.
Can you jettison that side open thing? Like, can you pop that?
Yeah,
does it have to.
God, boy, I'm really reaching back. I do believe that there was explosive release, but I think I'm gonna get added so much here in the comments for not remembering this stuff. But I do feel like there was explosive release on the Apache, but they also encouraged you not to do it in the water, because obviously explosions in the water. You had your little survival knife that had the little like pointy thing that you could shatter the thing. Obviously they may have hit the ground and been able to eject the canopy and then get out before it went totally underwater. I have no idea what's going on there. But good for, I'm glad, honestly. Yeah.
An ops test.
Incredible story.
Yeah.
Not the first time a helicopter's been hit by a UAV in a long time. I mean, I remember going to the career course. This was 2010, 11, something like that. And there was a guy in my class that had been hit by a Raven, which is a hand-launched UAV, hitting the tail rotor.
Did it go down?
In a Kiowa. No, like it just kind of like, I guess, shattered. But they knew that it happened. So
wow.
But look, this is the reality, and this is the future, and this is what we have to prepare for. I mean, how many videos have we watched from Ukraine where aircraft are being hit by UAVs? There's fascinating stuff of Ukrainian aircraft. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Maybe you've covered it on the show and I just haven't seen it. Of these contract pilots essentially taking off with like just old ass planes with like a machine gun on the side, and they're shooting down UAVs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, this is the future, and I really don't want to go on a tirade. I know you guys want me to, but I'm not going to do it. But like this is what we have to accept as the new reality, and we need to kind of rethink about how we budget things and how we resource things and what we think is important. And I don't think we're doing a good job at that, to be honest.
Well, Anduril had their anti-drone stuff at the NASCAR race. They had a couple trailers and anti-drone looking things
at a NASCAR race.
Yeah, in case because it was a NASCAR base at the Anduril 250, which was at Coronado / North Island.
So they're worried about like something happening. Well, I mean, apparently at the
it's them showing off their stuff and them using it. Yeah.
Well, wasn't there a thing at the big UFC fight that nobody wanted? With some sort of potential drone attack? Or
there
something?
Was they are investigating a terror cell that had plans to do bad things. Nefarious actors.
I mean, when I worked at the FAA headquarters back in 2015, 14, something time frame. I just remember like talking about this with the FAA guys because I was like worried about like, well, what happens if somebody just decides to put up like a bunch of drones on the approach end of a runway? I just think we're getting to that point, and I don't think that we're taking it seriously. And I feel like we keep getting these indicators, and I just don't know when somebody's going to take it seriously. It's going to be too late.
Well, a lot of people watch this show, so we'll see. You never know. Temperate Thunder says, birthday is the 24th. Happy birthday. And the resident Apache pilot jogged my memory. Paul Reedy, Apache pilot with Wolfpack, flew a flag for my birthday while in Iraq. Killed in Saudi Arabia, training them on the Age-6. Thank you, guys.
Oh, man.
Paul Reedy, Wolfpack. Yeah, I mean, that was the battalion that I was attached to when I was a Kiowa guy. We called him Wolf Sack. But I don't recognize that name, so maybe it was before my time or after my time.
People, that's what you're doing. Typical Gonky fashion.
I mean, we were Kiowa pilots, so we were at the bottom of the barrel according to the rest of the Army, so they can go.
Yeah, I was watching, actually. Funny you say that. So there's this awesome video on YouTube about Charlotte County Sheriff's Office that just got a Black Hawk. Because isn't that awesome? And they're interviewing the pilot. And he's like, yeah, we got a bunch of experienced guys. He's like, I flew in the Army. And I'm thinking, oh, dude, this guy's going to be like a Night Stalker. And he's like, I flew OH-58Ds. Like,
hell yeah, brother.
Man.
So he's the best pilot they've got. Got it. Understood.
Anyway, made me think of you, Casmo.
Thank you. I appreciate
but they bought a Black Hawk.
They didn't hire him, Casmo. He was... like this guy reminds me of Casmo. Nope.
He's got a little cup. He's outside.
Yeah. Please, my fridge ain't working either.
Will degrade myself for tips.
Anyway, did we see the flyover at the race yesterday? Yes, that's one of our topics because that was actually pretty cool. If we ever get to topics, B. Shoke says, I learned about GPS in 1995 from aerial applicators when I was a kid. They also drew stuff with their flight pass, like a phallic object, perchance. And B-Fen says, if only one of the Apache guys sent a synopsis to their bro chat that someone could screenshot and post all over the internet. Where did that happen?
What? Send a synopsis.
I wonder if that would end up on the Fard Merrill show. No.
What? Am I really drunk? What are we talking about?
Well, Gonky doesn't get it, so he's not laughing. You're drunk.
I don't get it.
Doug is the only one.
I am not drunk. I am.
No one gets my humor.
I'm in the zone. What am I missing?
All right, to explain it.
Okay.
There was a shoot down of 2 Hornets, or 1 Hornet, 1.5 Hornets, by the Gettysburg, this United States ship.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember that.
And he texted what happened to the bros. And then a certain YouTuber, Rio, put it out there and was asked not to and still did it anyway.
As deep intel.
Is
it deep intelligence? Okay, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
May sound like Fard Merrill.
Got it.
Okay, now we're all tracking what we're talking about.
I feel like I'm this bridge between, because like I'm okay with him, and you guys apparently are not.
I'm okay with him.
He can exist all he wants.
I don't know. It's
care.
not the vibe you're putting off, Gonky.
I am, man.
You need to fix your face.
He is to us as Captain Steve is to you.
Oh, fuck Captain Steve.
Oh,
I knew that was gonna. I knew that was gonna.
Oh,
Gets those weird like change of angle on this camera while he's talking. Like, I just hate it.
Oh,
way to go.
Yep. Fire it up. Let's go.
Oh,
I love your chat, by the way. You just got some wild characters.
Don't read the chat.
No, I can't help it. I love it. When you guys are talking about like weird nerd stuff, like engines and stuff, I'm just like reading the chat. I'm like, oh my god,
weird nerd stuff.
What was the last time I was here? You guys spent like 5 minutes talking about some sort of engine. I was like, well, I don't know what we're talking about.
Wait till we get to the Shield AI contract awarded. That's going to be a hoot and holler. All right,
I can't wait. Let's get to it.
Squeaky toy, focus. There was last week. NetJets, Cessna 680 crashed, and it took the life, unfortunately, of Joshua Baer, 50-year-old founder of an Austin-based venture capital firm called the Capital Factory. I believe it is the first fatal mishap for NetJets. Obviously, this has now happened a week ago because it happened on Tuesday, I believe, and we're a Monday-only show, but we got the video. Casmo, you do a lot of this kind of flying, so we thought your thoughts might be relevant. But Doug, play the tape. This is the actual video of the crash by John Pina on Facebook.
Wow.
From his dash cam. And you can see it. It looks like they were trying to make the highway.
Yeah. Well, they did. I mean, not gracefully, but...
Well, and this was pointed out by a guy I was flying with this past week because we were talking about this crash. If you go back to the very beginning, there's absolutely no lights on that aircraft. Like the first time you see that aircraft,
that's not the tail light that just flashed.
Is like it knocked.
Do
you see position lights? Do you see like an anaclysm? Like I don't see anything.
Oh no, that's the light. No, you're right.
That's street lights. That's street lights. Boom.
Falling.
It's just dark.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he was telling me, and I haven't seen this video, but there's apparently a ring, like a house ring cam video of the aircraft, and there's like a tiny kind of explosion that occurs. So
Doug, do you have
not
the
normal
one? Like the flight path?
Yes, I'll get that. Hang on just a second. If you look at that, you can see the plane much earlier than we thought.
Yeah, I don't see it at all.
Yeah, I just see the power lines just getting knocked over.
Yeah.
Or the street lights, whatever.
You got it, Doug? There you go. So it's hard to read, but
yeah, I can't make it any bigger. Sorry.
I mean, so it looks like kind of a.
Let me enhance the screen here.
A turn.
NetJets private.
There you go. There you go. 379. So they're coming out of flight level 210, 220, and then down to 10,000 feet.
Can you scroll up higher? So where's the airport? Okay. So look,
there's the airport. They're short. I mean, it looks like they're on final. Something happens, and they're like,
I hate to Captain Steve this shit. I have done the Cabo to Laredo multiple times.
They were in a divert, right?
They were in a divert, which is the first like alarm bell because what I understand, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, that there was something about a low fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot fathom. Like, I don't want to throw shade at people, but like that company and my company, like the sort of checks that we do, I find it very hard to believe that they took off without enough fuel. So that is the first indication that there's something wrong with the aircraft, that it's leaking or something wrong with the fuel. Every time that I've done that route to Laredo, it has been a slam dunk where Monterey approach or Monterey Center or whatever is like, hey, descend from this to this like within a minute, and you're like,
down, Doug.
you're just diving. I've never come into Laredo from the south, but that is a weird
Doug, scroll
route
down.
that they're coming down. I've
See,
never done that.
That looks like,
Ever.
I mean, dude, look how close they are, and they're still. That's either a. You're right. It's an emergency divert. We're high and saving fuel profile because you're over the field.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's not far. I mean, the city, that's not a huge city. So that's, I don't know, 5 miles ish.
That's we got to get on the ground right now.
Yeah. But again, to go to that video, there's zero power. And I haven't seen this other video that the guy flew with the other day was telling me about, but he was saying there was some sort of ring camera video where it looked like there was some sort of miniature explosion. I just find it very hard to believe these guys took off without enough fuel. So there was obviously something very wrong with the aircraft.
Yeah, I mean, to go from flight level 230 to we're doing a Schuppenhausen turn to on final to we can't make the runway.
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And look at the time. So 1947.40, they're at 230. 12 minutes later is when this happens, or 11 minutes later.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see. Sorry, go ahead, man.
No, go ahead, Gonky. I think you're going to say what I was going to say.
I mean, to me, it's clear that they were on an approach.
They're on final.
I mean, they're on final.
And you can see at the very end.
Yeah, something.
100%.
So something happened at like 122 and 118 miles per hour at like, 1,500 feet ish. They're like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
They had to make a play for
the landable surface. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Doug, go to the
highway is pretty significant right there.
The aftermath video. Good on these people.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, to a burning aircraft,
Yeah, you don't know what's. Yeah.
Well, in the movies, it's going to explode any minute.
No, your fuel thing. I mean, yes, you got hydraulic fluid and stuff like that, but I mean, I mean, unless it's a mechanical starvation, where they're having, like remember the Naples crash?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a burning aircraft, so there's some fluid is burning.
Well, I mean, when the tank reads 0, there's usually unusable. There's probably unusable fuel.
Yeah, there's going to be residual fuel, hydraulics. Yeah, exactly. That's insane.
It's unfortunate that it's
as you pointed out, in 40 years, that's the first that's the biggest private jet company in the world as far as I'm trying, at least certainly in the US. So those guys have their shit wired tight. So again, it's got to be some sort of catastrophic issue with the aircraft. I don't think that was a crew issue, but it's rough.
Yeah, I think I don't know, Casmo. Kind of like you're alluding to, as much as that airplane did break up, like we've seen before, Mover, when the airplanes come apart, usually there's an explosion, lots of fire, right? So
Doug, was there any audio with in that post, like ATC audio, or was it just
not that I've found yet?
The ground track.
It's just a ground track.
Go back to them pulling them out, because I don't think it could be overstated that these people saved these lives. I mean,
you see the guys jumping out right here.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they were there and that's amazing.
Looks like that's the passengers. Yeah.
Laredo PD and people that just stopped to help.
Just
amazing, and good on them for doing that, because this could have been a lot worse. And it's fortunate that it wasn't worse, but still sucks that the one guy died, because that's awful. But obviously there'll be an investigation. A preliminary report will come out probably in the next week or two with more information. But that's an interesting point, Casmo, about the profile and the lack of lights. I'm with you. I don't see, unless there were some other mitigating factors, a total fuel starvation scenario other than some kind of mechanical issue going wrong.
Yeah, because they were, as I recall, scheduled to go to Austin. So I mean, that's from Laredo, another 45 minutes, hour of flight. So again, to just be off that much on fuel, and I've never flown a Citation, so I don't know what the fuel burn is, but I mean that's thousands of pounds of fuel. I don't believe that they did that. So the fact that there's 0 lights on that airplane when it hits those you can't even tell where that plane is right now until it hits the first set of lights.
Well, I mean, how did it not hit? Like, I mean, we're lucky it didn't hit an 18-wheeler or, you know, more cars or, you know, I mean, this could have been so much worse.
But boom, I mean, you can't even see it until it hits that first set of lights. So I mean, there's no electrical power going on there. So good on those guys for being able to maneuver. I'll be very fascinated to see what on earth could have possibly happened.
Well, I mean, I think at the very least, you're probably looking at very likely, you know, a total dead stick scenario where they're just trying to put it on a piece of concrete.
What caused that? Like, where on earth? Like, I mean, again, I'm not smart on the Citation. I don't know anything about that jet, but damn.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's a multi-engine jet, though, Mover, like, you know, when I flew the T-45 and the obviously in the F-16, it almost looks kind of like a high key.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks it looks like hey, here's the nearest piece of concrete we've got to get down right now. Yeah. Does not look planned.
Yeah,
so
it's odd to ride for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Gonky said it right. Like they were very lined up for a good couple miles, and then it was like, shit, this isn't going to happen. We need to get over there. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm glad the crew survived for a lot of reasons, but one of those being that we're going to learn more about it. Like, you know, it's one of those where like the crew dies, and then we kind of have to surmise from like things said in the cockpit and things, but like this, we can actually learn like, no shit, what was going on, what they were seeing, what they were thinking. So I'm fascinated to see this one.
Yeah.
Well,
in a sick way.
You hope that, you know, everything they did you know, it looks like to me, everything they did was what they could do. You know, you hope that it wasn't something people will second guess, but you just never know.
If we had the audio, we could tell if they had declared an emergency or something, but unfortunately we don't.
Yeah.
Well, there was audio. That's what I'm saying, that they declared something about fuel. And, you know, I see somebody in the comments running their mouth about they ran out of fuel. They just didn't take enough fuel. Again, I just found it very hard to believe at a company that size with understanding the checklist like that my company has to go through, that those guys just took off like, we're just like 3,000 pounds light. It's fine. Like, I do not believe that. Now, I'll be very surprised. I mean, stranger things have happened, and I could be wrong, and I'll eat crow on that, but I just find it very hard to believe.
To your point, Casmo, I mean, those operations and even airlines, is, you know, the dispatcher sets the fuel and then you QA it. And since you're riding in the plane, we always add a little bit extra.
Always. 1,000%. Yeah. The company says you should land with this, and we're like, no, good. No, we're gonna add a little bit more to that. Yeah, 100%.
Right. So there's multiple.
You never know though. I mean,
that's true.
Exactly.
Things can happen.
The human factors can play into that. But you know, they're coming out of Cabo. It's also possible that there was contamination in the fuel.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to Captain Steve it. We'll just let it play out.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you for that.
No shade on Captain Steve, but you're kind of an asshole.
It's Stevie.
That's great.
Perfect.
We're going to have an army of people mad at us.
Whatever. At me.
Speaking of TV, Dan says Juan Brown gave kudos to the crew for flying the plane all the way to the crash. High praise in my opinion.
That's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah. See,
to the scene of the accident.
Tiffany says, started watching the show with my husband, and now I'm more afraid of flying. Shout out to Mark Johnson of Randolph, Mass.
Tiffany, perfect. I'll be more than happy to fly you. It'll be fine.
Still
she's married. She's got a husband. You didn't just hear her shouting out her husband?
That doesn't mean that it's not an open marriage. I'm kidding. Just relax. Just calm down. Just everybody relax. All right.
Boomer may have to start doing field sobriety tests on Casmo.
Before we
I haven't left my house.
Casmo, blow into this thing.
Yeah, show me a warrant.
Rampage says, is it the heightened social media attention, or does it seem there's been a lot of aviation incidents past few weeks and months relative to previous years? It seems like there's a lot.
It's the heightened media attention.
Yeah.
It just seems like it.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Well, for us, it's a little skewed because every week we do what's, the week in aviation. And unfortunately, mishaps are part of it. So it does, but it does feel, I feel like Mover, remember we used to have those long stretches of like, nothing's going on. Like, what are we going to talk about? Here's another helicopter video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would never wish for such a thing. So no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I don't wish for it, but I'm just, I don't know. It does feel like it.
Just no, stop talking. No, you're not.
Just stop talking.
Stop. Mach says, hello, crew. 2 games on in the show. Plus, just got back from a nice 2-day trip. Wombat would be proud, 175%. Nor, Sin, Fra, Irk.
Those are scores.
Okay. Thank you.
Is this soccer stuff?
Norway, Senegal, France, Iraq.
Yeah, sure. Fortunate father.
Just depends on what day it is.
It was by the pictures. He looks very fortunate. I too am imbibing an apple juice from a fancy glass. Casmo, cheers.
Delicious, so sugary.
That's going to be Casmo's emoji in the chat. Is the
do it
martini. Spider says family friendly out the window.
Yeah, no, that's the wrong place for that.
Teat seeking missile. You should put Casmo in the title. Almost didn't show up. Just kidding, y'all rock. Congrats, Casmo, on the job. Next time, show up in uniform like Cap.
Oh, dude.
What
Oh, my gosh.
I'll be the bad guy, Captain Sleaze.
Oh,
Who doesn't understand what 555 on the runway means?
Mach says Norway 1 now, Senegal 0.
okay.
Wow, they scored in the last 20 seconds.
Soccer, very American.
Thomas says, I agree with Casmo. Here, you can do the rest.
Captain Steve sucks. Mover said so.
I did not.
Don't be afraid. Own it.
3 gaming.
Come on.
I did some air show photography recently. How can I share it with y'all?
Email. Yeah.
The Mover and Gonky Show at gmail.com.
Yeah.
He's got a Facebook.
We also have that. All right. Our next topic. Oh, God. I
love this show.
This is going to be great.
You guys are so much fun.
All right, Casmo.
I love you, Gonky. Because you're just sitting there, just like, you're just along for the ride, and I love it so much. You're just like, oh, God.
Here we go.
Can we? Can I? Am I allowed to?
Please, Mover.
No, continue with your show.
All right. So last year we talked about a KC-46 and an F-22 ripping off the boom over the Atlantic. The mishap report is out. I covered it on my channel, but I'm going to hit the highlights because I'd like to hear our expert opinions on what happened. Basically, the summary of the accident, we'll hit the highlights. On 8 July 2025, the mishap aircraft 1, which is the KC-46, left McConnell, and they were supposed to hit 4 flights of 2 F-22s, which then changed to 2 flights of 2 and 1 flight of 3 because of fallout. The Raptors couldn't get them all airborne. At 15:45, they hit the AR track at 24,000 feet. They had a problem with the boom. So if you know, a KC-46, they don't actually look at you when they refuel you. They put their 3D VR goggles on, and they use their screens to virtually control the boom.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I thought they looked out a little window. I thought they like laid there.
That's a KC-135.
That's so old school, man.
New school is technology. So in today's world, the boom said, "Hey, it's laggy." You know, like you're playing Call of Duty, and the book says, "Hey, probably shouldn't do some refueling," but they said, "You know what? I'm comfortable with it. We'll try it." So 3 F-22s refuel with no problem. And then at 16:45 Z, the mishap aircraft 2, which is the F-22, and her wingman, this is weirdly worded, but it meant that the IP is the flight lead, mishap aircraft 2 is a student, and mishap aircraft 3 is another student. She only had 13 hours in the jet. She was a B courser. Anyway, they get to the tanker, and the IP says, "Hey, you refuel first because you're on. This is a graded event and all that." So, mishap aircraft 2 conducted 3 approaches into contact, 2 of which led to emergency separations. During the first approach into the contact position, they made contact, but they were forward movement toward the inner disconnect limit, verbalized a back 4 over the primary frequency, then subsequently called for emergency separation, which is called the breakaway. On the second approach, the boom directed mishap aircraft 2, the F-22, to return to the astern position due to instability. So this is the second approach. So there's a breakaway. She tries again. They say, hey, go back to pre-contact, sends her back. And on the third approach, they successfully contacted, but mishap aircraft 2 was once again unstable, and another emergency separation or breakaway was called. So at that point, they tried again. The F-22 established contact at 310 knots and 24,000 feet and was stable. So she figured it out. The boom seemed to be performing as expected, resulting in low radial forces on the ARB nozzle. The boom is trying to talk her through that with verbal correction saying up 4, which means she's low, so she needs to climb, and back 4, which means she's forward, she needs to go aft. So she's approaching where the boom, they don't like it. They don't like me being jammed up like that. So the mishap aircraft 2, the F-22, progressed forward 7 feet in 10 seconds and continued to trend toward the inner telescope disconnect limit. So she keeps trucking forward. At that point, it was another up 4 command followed by a slow closure. And then the boom operator applied inputs on the flight control system, generating increased vertical loads. However, the load magnitude was still below the threshold to trigger high load. The commands on the FCS increased, vertical loads triggering a high load visual enunciation. And then the MB1 manually disconnected via the FCS prior to reaching the automatic inner disconnect limit. At that point, he applied large FCS retract and fly up commands, resulting in high vertical forces before it cleared the edges of MA2's receptacle. At that point, the ARB nozzle was bound in mishap 2's receptacle in this time, because as it's pushing forward, the receptacle gets jammed in there, and now we're in a binding situation. At 16:52:42, the vertical forces on the nozzle exceeded the maximum sensor value, triggering the warning message, deactivating the system. Then the boom called for emergency separation with a breakaway over the air refueling primary frequency. It was still engaged with the bound nozzle, but began to move aft, extending the telescoping tube and increasing tension forces on the ARB nozzle. So then the boom is now trying to fly it away. So it continued with the trailing edge down and boom rudder control surfaces, continued to wind up the trailing edge left. And at that point, the mishap aircraft 2 fell aft as part of the breakaway, but was still bound. Both the elevator rudder control surfaces reached maximum deflection. And once it finally gave, the boom flew up and hit the tail cone and the APU exhaust duct. And the crew heard a loud noise, violent action, and the boom began to oscillate and ultimately separated from the aircraft and fell into the ocean. They called to knock it off. They did a battle damage check. The KC-46 recovered to Seymour Johnson because they didn't want to shut down the only runway at Langley, and the 2 Raptors recovered to Langley with damage to the mishap aircraft 2's aircraft. This was a $10 million, $9.9 million mishap. If you look at the flight times, not so great. Here's what it looks like, by the way. That's what the nubbin of what remains of the boom looks like. Break point of the boom, the hoist cable, tail cone, and the tanker dudes were all current qualified. Boom operator was an instructor boom operator, and the other boom operator was also experienced. The mishap instructor pilot had not flown in the last 7 days, only had 4 hours in the last 30 days and 14 hours in the last 90 days. And the student pilot was a B courser that had 12 and a half hours in the last 90 days and 13 hours total. I don't know if they're rounding up or if they're just saying she had a half hour somewhere else. Toxicology was all normal. When they looked at the opinion, the cause was they blamed the boom operator. They said it's the manual control inputs of the air refueling flight control stick, resulting in excessive out of trim air refueling boom that produced a radial force to the boom nozzle when it caused to become bound inside the receiver's air refueling receptacle. This produced an unrecoverable boom fly up rate once released of the receptacle, striking the aircraft and driving a critical failure of the boom structure, which, by the way, they had a hydraulic failure too, and they had to isolate the hydraulics due to that and some fuel leakage. Secondary to that, They blamed that the failure of the student to account for the KC-46 stiff boom characteristics causing an excessive closure rate. It has several documented deficiencies that complicate its ability to accomplish its air refueling mission. One such deficiency is for the boom telescope being too stiff while in contact with the receiver aircraft, causing receiver aircraft to inadvertently carry an excess amount of thrust, which following a disconnect can cause the receiver aircraft to rapidly accelerate toward the tanker. Receiver pilots are required to make large power corrections when attempting to make fore and aft position adjustments to mitigate the stiff boom deficiency.
All right. I need you to stop reading. You got to summarize this because this is too much. What happened?
I just told you.
No.
All right, Kaz.
Dumb it down. Thank you, Gonky. Navy this for me.
All right.
So
Fuck.
Gonky's got it. Gonky, I'm going to stop talking because I'm just going to repeat the same words again.
No. So, like Gazmo say, if you've never aerial refueled, I can see how you can get a little bit lost in the sauce. So basically,
Gazmo, remember, your audience doesn't fly jets. Let's just go from there.
So basically, students' first time tanking. And Mover, I was going to ask you, in F-16, did you guys do tanking at the beginning or at the end of the F-16 B course, the training?
Like middle to end.
Okay.
You do it in the family model first.
Okay, dueled up or yeah.
I got pictures.
Right. Okay. In the Navy, I did it towards the end of my training, and then I think when I was a RAG IP, we would try to fit it in, wherever we could, if we had a tanker available. A lot of times it's just another Rhino with the hose on it. But so Casmo, basically these Raptor students are going up for their tanker qual. Sounds like they're early in the program. IP's with them. Doesn't sound like the IP's been flying a lot. KC-46, new tanker with some issues. Boeing, we love you. And it looks like three of the previous students, Mover, get through.
People,
no problem.
They don't know if they were students. Could have been IP2 students. Could have been all IP, correct, whatever. But no one had a problem.
So nobody had a problem. So they had 3 Raptors either practice or take some fuel from this KC-46. So, it tells me the KC-46 guys were probably accurate in their assumption of, hey, degraded system, we can still take it, fly, and make it work.
Even though the book says you shouldn't.
Even though the book says you shouldn't, that's correct. I'm not saying you should do that. That's on them. That probably is a mistake. If the book says you shouldn't do it, shouldn't do it. Anyways, KC-46 new airplane, they're still trying to figure stuff out. That's not an excuse. That's just the reality of things right now with these new aircraft. So we get the student that has trouble, and like Mover's talking about, there's a as an IP, man, like there's the average, right? Casmo, you just kind of know like what the average student does. Sure. And like I've never seen Mover, you've never seen an actual emergency breakaway, right?
I've practiced the crap out of them, but I've never seen one for real.
Correct.
What does that mean?
So, all right, let me now, this is more Air Force-y. So when you're on the boom, right? This is where I need my whiteboard. I'm going to have a whiteboard eventually.
You need a whiteboard
when you're on the boom, right?
Yeah. Talk to me.
You get plugged. That's how the Air Force does it.
Tell me more. Yeah.
So you fly into a position and the boom, and like in the F-16, you actually fly to make the boom miss you. Like that's
and there's
the whole
lights.
Thing. Yeah. So you get right
lights.
here and there's visual references and there's lights. DFUA. We have a thing that how you remember it, but I'm not going to say it on the show.
Don't say it. Just say it.
I'm not. Down, forward, up, aft is what it means. So you look at the director lights and it's, it tells you where to go with your jet, down, forward, up, aft. Sure. But you also have the boom that can, number one, steer you around. But number two, they're telling you up 4 is like,
Can I ask you a question before you go any further? When the boom connects, does it sort of like latch onto you? Does it sort of like drag you a little bit? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Like in the
Viper, I've heard that, but I wanted to verify with the smart guys.
All the time. You have a disconnect button. Now you can brute force disconnect too, but there's a certain amount of pressure, but for the most part, you're connected. And as long as you stay within the window, if you ever look at a boom, you'll see it's like green, red.
Yeah, the red, yellow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
I played DCS. I know.
That's the limits of the boom because you don't want to go too far aft to get it hyperextended. And what they really hate is they don't like you to be. The boom. Yeah, well, they don't like you to be too far because that jams it up, and that's where you cause the binding.
That would be, to me, that would be worse, right? Because at least you could break away. If I'm far away, it's safe. But if I get too close, I could break something.
And if you're low, like she was, now the boom's doing this, right?
Sure.
You're close and there. Yeah. So they really don't like that when you get to limits. That's why you see he disconnected early. In this scenario, you have a student, because all it is flying close trail. That's why in T-38s, they have you go practice close trail, because that's basically what refueling is. You're holding a position and letting the stuff happen behind you. In this case, the student was having a bad day. And that happens. It's not an easy thing to do. And some days you'll be awesome at it, and some days you can't do it, even if you've been doing it for a while. Yeah. And because it's formation, and you got all kind of other factors, like in a KC-135, if they were heavy, the inboard engines were spun up, it would bounce you around and make it harder.
Yeah, you're in the wake turbulence.
So the student's struggling, and the first time it results in a breakaway. A breakaway is an emergency disconnect, which means that someone calls it on the radio, breakaway, breakaway, breakaway. The tanker firewalls it, and you basically idle boards to get away. Because the idea is you're about to run into each other or cause damage to the tanker, and you have to. It's an emergency procedure. It is not normal.
Can I interject? Look, this is good stuff, because I guarantee that a vast majority of the people watching this play DCS or something, but they have zero experience. So what you just talked about is fascinating to me. The whole the dude in the tanker is just trying to get away. There's a process here. It's not just oh, you're getting too close, but there's a process where everyone's doing something to avoid a catastrophic event. So that's fascinating to me.
So it's three people doing something. You got the tanker crew that they're getting away. You got the boom operator that's supposed to retract the boom and fly it up to keep you from ripping it off, essentially.
Sure.
And where you're trying to get separation, you're descending and falling back.
Just getting away.
That's why it's a breakaway. That's different than a disconnect. Disconnects happen all the time, where you're on the boom, you'll hit a limit, you'll fall off. Those are fine. If they send you back all the way to pre-contact, that's usually a time to let you wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and kind of figure this out.
Just kind of relax. And
usually they don't. Usually
yourself.
They call disconnect, and you just stay where you're at, and they'll replug you. I mean, if you're having a bad day, it's usually like this dance where, okay, disconnect. Okay, we're connected. Okay, disconnect.
How often would you say that you disconnect in a norm, like on average? Is it common to happen, or is it just every fifth time, something like that? It's
if I'm on my game, it doesn't happen, but I mean, I would say it's like bouncing your landings, right? You can have a string of
you can go 10 great landings and then one bad one.
Yeah, and then you have a string of I can't land this thing anymore, because
I forgot
it's close formation flying. So
which
being
is hard.
sent back to pre-contact is not a huge deal. It's just a regular disconnect, where they say, because they call it a stern in this report, but it's the pre-contact position, because you call pre-contact stable ready. So that's where you fly and make the boom miss you. The breakaway, though, is a no shit emergency procedure.
Sure.
And so what I said in my analysis of the report, which is why I wanted Gonky and as IPs, you guys talk about it, but for me, one breakaway with a return to pre-contact, I'm thinking it's time to go home. Two breakaways, there's no chance we're doing this anymore. We went all the way to 3. So that's my question to you guys.
Yeah, man. Like I was saying, you kind of know what the standard is. And I don't know if the IP was if this is his first time taking students up or what, but I agree with you, Mover. It sounds like this student was really struggling. And I mean, like you're saying, emergency breakaway is an actual emergency. It's not like, it's not, we're going to practice this. They actually executed it. And I think that, mistakes were made in my mind when I read through this. The tanker guys made some mistakes. Student definitely made some mistakes. And then the IP, I think, for allowing it to get as far as it did. They're very lucky, man. They didn't crash a tanker, kill people, and even crash the F-22, man, because pieces of the tanker fell off, right? Who's to say it doesn't go down the intakes or take the tail off the Raptor? And, now you're looking at, a really, really bad day. I find it, I read that report, and I think they, in my opinion, I think they're just trying to pin it on the boom operator because the student drove the boom to be stuck. Correct. I mean, in the Navy we tank differently, but because the student was so far forward and up, the refueling probe was stuck in the jet basically, right? I mean, he was trying to get it out. The way I read, he was trying to get it out, and it wouldn't because she was so far out.
Jammed it in.
Yeah, exactly.
He contributed. So the two, her actions and his actions, like if he'd have done it right, it probably would not have wound up like that.
I got you.
And I think that's why they pinned it on him. What I noticed, well, I was having this discussion on X actually with a boom operator yesterday. The board had no fighter representation. So to me, it reads like tanker community, like mea culpa, we did this, let's blame the dude that's responsible. And there's no fighter representation of here's what the IP was thinking, here's what the student was seeing, here's what they were doing before, here's what they did after. It was almost like the F-22 was an afterthought because whether they didn't want to because it was kind of out of their lane, or they just felt like, you know, we need to highlight the stiff boom problem with the KC-46 and you know, kind of highlight this versus let's talk about the root cause. In my opinion, you know, fighter guys, we tend to take responsibility as far as what an IP should do. And for me, if my student's having trouble, we're going to go talk about it at home.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the cockpit's the worst classroom ever, right? So if the student's struggling on the boom like that, it's like you said, man, after the second one, it's like, hey, you know what? We'll come back and try this again. Go back, watch the tapes, debrief, use the models. You know, let some time go by, and then, you know, you take them back up, and a lot of times they do better.
Well, it's super stressful flying close formation with anything, and I can imagine that's multiplied by actually touching the other thing that you're connected to. You know, there were some comments I was kind of laughing at, like naturally we're going to blame the enlisted guy, and that's kind of like the view, right? It's like we're blaming the boom operator. It sounds like to me there's a lot of blame to go around. I'm curious, like, so Mover, I mean, you flew F-16s, which have the I'm going to get probed situation, and then the F-18 where I'm going to do the probing. I'm assuming you did air-to-air refuel in the F-18. You didn't? Okay.
Never
so,
got tankers.
all right.
We were always...
You never got... Okay,
no.
Just because of the nature of the type of flying that you were doing. I mean, I'm always curious. Like, I would love to talk to someone who's done both. I don't know if Gonky, you probably did not, because I think you just...
No, but I mean, the drogue and the hose has its own issues. The biggest thing for us was the too much closure hitting it, causing the sine wave, and that was basically our emergency breakaway out of boards, because you'd break the hose, break the basket off, and that could obviously the basket take off. And
you probably
watched like helicopters hit the hit the probe and
in the Raptor. I mean, I don't know. Raptor dude can probably is no idle boards because the board in it on the spine, so you probably would not want to be introducing that, you know. But I have tanked, you know, as I was thinking about this, what you were saying, that Casmo, they were day VMC 310 knots, flight level 240. I have tanked in a Block 30 smallmouth with bombs and tanks and targeting pod, a lot of drag. So a heavy aircraft with a lot of drag at flight level 280.
Ooh, in and out of burner.
That's in and out of burner. Yes. So, you know, when they're talking about stiff boom, this is not an unrecoverable problem, because you could be in a, I mean, the Raptor's got unlimited thrust, right? I mean, that thing is, it's got the horsepower to do it, but you could be in a thrust reduced or thrust available reduced situation at 280 where you're like tapping the blower, you get a little closure. Oh shit, it's too much. Back out a blower, because you needed to be in blower on the boom to maintain the air refueling speed with all that drag with a small inlet F-16.
So dude, this whole thing, man, this entire evolution reads like a regular accident report, in the sense that Swiss cheese model lined up. Thankfully, we just bent metal, didn't kill anybody, because there were a lot of little things at any one point, the tanker guys could have refused the airplane, and that would have been, they would have scrubbed the mission. The IP should have stepped in. That would have stopped it. The student, it's not the student can't have a better day. The student's doing the best they can, but there were student issues, right? So I just think this is a case of the Swiss cheese lining up, and just thankfully we didn't kill anybody, and all we did was hurt some feelings and damage some metal.
Yeah.
Is there a conversation? I know we didn't mean to make this show about in-flight refueling, but here we are. Is there a conversation in the moment between the guy getting gas and the aircraft that's providing the gas? Like, it's like, hey, this speed sucks for us, or this altitude sucks for us. Like, is there any, or is it just like, hey, here it is, get it if you can, if not, F you?
Well, 310 is the standard one. They can change. I mean, you can talk to the tankers if the airspace allows it, right? Because I've had where it's like, hey, we're at 280. Hey, dude, can you come down to the 24 block? It really sucks up here. And they'll do it. Like A10s do toboggan, where they can't maintain that, so they'll hook up and then they'll start a descent, and then they'll climb back up because they need that downhill because they cannot keep up.
So they're going like 10 miles an hour.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, as long as now in Iraq, no, because with the tanker tracks and
the threat. Yeah, I got you. Machine guns.
Because back in my day, Casmo, with the old tankers,
terrifying.
You could, communicate with the tanker without using the radio.
Now they're all robots. I got you. Right. Okay.
Mover
all right. No, I see what you mean.
Yeah, because you can see.
Okay, no, I was curious about that. Obviously, because again, I'm applying my DCS knowledge where they just do their thing and you're just along for the ride.
Well, Casmo, the thing is like after a couple evolutions of this, you get it's just flying. It's like Mover said at the beginning. It's just flying form.
Yeah. Well, I remember talking to an F-15 guy like years ago, and I asked him about that. I was like, is it as hard to like link up and do that as I thought? And he kind of was like, no, like as long as you can just kind of get to the right spot, then they just kind of hook onto you and just kind of drag you along a little bit, but obviously staying within the parameters or what have you. But I was curious, like you got these like really high performance aircraft that want to go fast, and then this piece of shit that's like trying to give you gas that just wants to go slow. How do you match that?
Well, I mean, 310 at 280 is like point 7, 0.75 or something.
I know that's so far below what I fly. I don't even know. I don't even think about it. It's just that's a transitory altitude.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm begging for higher at that point.
All right. Well, we've belabored the point. I think
we have belabored this.
The belaboring is complete.
And the Captain Steve fans are in uproar. They are just fired up.
Are they really?
And I love it. Oh, they are, and I love it so much. Doug, you shouldn't delete people just for being Captain Steve fan. You should promote them. You should ping them. They should appear
after the show. It's like, Mover, where do our subscribers go?
That was not the only reading.
Oh, you're gonna be fine. Oh, did he send other shit? I wasn't paying attention.
Let's see. Richard says that's the show to watch.
Jeez.
This show?
I don't know.
Richard,
thank you.
Send more money and expand.
$100 Missile says I too have stiff boom deficiency characteristics.
It's true.
2 dogs that get caught now. Okay.
No.
Sharkbait says refueling the IP was just a spectator. Should have called it. Oh, Captain Steve is an expert.
Well, he was a war capable pilot or whatever. Whatever.
He had that video where he's like, P3 pilots have more hours than Top Gun instructors. And it's like, what are you talking about, dude?
Exactly. Like, let me peel back the curtain on airline pilot hours. Okay. So like you can fly a 4-hour flight. The first 15 minutes, maybe, if you're like really hardcore, it's like you flying, and then you turn on the autopilot and then you fly. And then like the last like 15 minutes, you like manage the autopilot. Like, come on, like just stop with your, I have 30,000 hours. Shut up. You have 1,000 hours of actually flying the airplane, and you have 29,000 hours of watching the airplane. Just shut up.
Okay, great.
I hate airline pilots.
Dan says, Casmo, the viewers don't understand the refueling process or watching Captain Steve videos right now.
Neither do I, my friend. I'm playing catch up. That's why I'm asking the stupid question. In fact, I think I was thinking about this the other day. We should have like a stupid Casmo question moment. Like you should have like a section when I'm on your show because I want to ask you stupid.
No, this is
pilot
questions
questions.
because we don't know. We assume
It is. I
everyone
know
knows
because
everything.
I'm watching the chat and they're loving it. They're like, Casmo, thank you. They're like, you are the best question pilot ever.
Oh, we got the Trump impression already. Doug, we're gonna have to
I
change
didn't
the
say
order.
Trump. You said Trump. I did not say Trump. You said that. But
Well, okay.
I'm trying to be the everyman for your show because you guys are very smart and you're very intelligent.
We've
I'm just a
probably
helicopter
done more
pilot.
for Captain Steve subscriptions than any other.
I
channel.
probably have. They're like literally somebody just said, "Who's Captain Steve?" Well, go find out. Check it out.
They like
It's awesome.
Cosmo.
He's tremendous. Honestly, I didn't mind him until he said that he like totally screwed something. I was like, this is what? Like this is basic pilot stuff. Anyway, whatever. Continue. What's your next topic that you never told me about?
Here, you can read. You can read this for us.
I'll do it. Meow.
Thank you.
Donkey. We can't. No, we're not going to do this. We're not going to poke him. Let's move on to the next topic.
Mach says France 3, Iraq 0. France advances to round of 32. These words mean nothing to me.
It's apparently a non-American sport.
Full Afterburner says, Doug, why adds mover, exhaust, duck, or duct?
I mean, he misspelled my name, so
I don't know what's
Doug.
happening here.
Like Dig Dug.
We fired that, Doug. Too many ads.
Yeah. Joe says, hi, guys. I'm enjoying the vibe tonight. So here's an idea. Bring back Casmo and Wombat, and you all get lit for the show.
2
Well,
hours.
Mover
we're not
doesn't
here.
drink, and Gonky's
I don't drink either,
got
man.
a bedtime. Oh my
No,
god!
I'm the one with the bedtime. He's
I can't drink.
No, he's.
Casmo.
Are you kidding? The moment we go off, he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to bed."
he's got to pee.
Yeah, that's right. He's got to pee, which then exhausts him.
I've got a fighter bladder, man.
Don't you guys
Bring
get
a
little
pill pack.
packs?
Yeah,
I don't know if I
yeah.
use it.
I don't want to hear that shit.
What if
What do
I
you
get
think you get
jumped?
that in helicopters? You know, I'm gonna land in a field.
What if I get jumped, dude? I can't be peeing. Come on.
Hey,
Yeah, you're
I
like pulling. You're
Hold on now.
like, you're
I
doing
have
your
peed while
little
air
hiccup
refueling.
bullshit, and you're like,
have you ever peed while air refueling?
Yeah. Not in the basket, but like.
No, I've been on the observation position and peed. I've never actually been in the basket. I've had,
I love
you
this.
know, I was in process and like, oh, it's my turn. You know,
Oh.
so boom
Yeah,
got to
that's
see
a-
what the boom got to see. But
That's a quick.
Wait, I thought you guys had like a what do they call it?
a
pedal
bag.
pack.
It's like a fancy Ziploc bag.
I guess I thought it was already pre-rigged. I don't know. like a,
No, dude, you have
like
to
a
take it
like
out of your
what do they
bag.
call that when
You
you're in
have to
surgery?
unpack it. You have to
Texas
unravel it, and then you have to get it like
what
poke
is
a
it
hole
called,
in
Doug?
a Texas
catheter.
catheter.
Wait.
That's one that's on the outside. You use it for endurance races.
No, what is that thing where you you get
You're
it in
talking
the
about
middle?
a regular catheter.
Catherine.
I'm
No,
talking
there's
about
no.
Texas catheter.
Dude, not one of the options. Not one of the options on the plane, dude.
I'm
There's
sorry.
no pilot release.
I don't know
tube.
why I thought that, but I just
I bet
guess
that's on the
didn't think too
P3.
much about your penis, but
Probably.
a catheter would be hilarious,
Oh,
honestly. If you guys just like hooked up, and of course you need the crew chief to help you. This helps you strap in. He's like, "All right, sir,
Yep.
let me get you
G-suit,
strapped.
yep.
Let me get you
Yep.
strapped in."
You do refueling before you do refueling. If you
You're
know what I
right.
mean.
You gotta
And don't bind. You don't want to
pay
bind. in
attention
that
to the lights.
situation. You don't want to have a stiff boom and bind. I'll tell you that.
Totally changes the catheter.
Oh.
Renee says, Mover, watch Disclosure Day. Please send Spielberg Project Virtus. Your book is so much better. Thanks, Renee. I haven't seen that movie. MJ says, I'm in tears from laughing. Cheers, Casmo. Martini, martini, martini.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I haven't had that many martinis.
Oh. Plexi says, came for the aviation chat, stayed for the bullying. Thanks,
Ah.
Plexi. John says, reference a tanker mishap. Is it possible for the boom fitting to jam on a probe drogue config, and are the breakaway procedures the same as with a boom? No, you just rip the basket off.
Yeah, I feel like it would be easier, right?
So it's the same procedure, idle boards.
Sure,
Try to get away, but
but less threat. I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess.
I mean,
Well,
I guess
if you bring
it's
the
a
basket
different-
home.
Yeah, the problem with ripping the basket off is, you hope it stays there and it doesn't take off. The other,
Yeah.
well,
Well, at that speed, I mean, isn't that more than likely that it's going to stay?
Yeah, I mean, by design, it should stay there. But I mean, I don't know, man. Pieces might fly off of it. The sine wave is a bad day because now all your buddies who need gas, they can't get gas either. Now,
we had an aircraft. Not to interrupt you, but we had F-18s divert to our base in Erbil, my last rotation, because they had an issue, and the buddies couldn't get gas.
Now the hose on the Iron Maiden. So the Iron Maiden uses the Air Force boom, and then they put I don't know what it is, 8 feet of hose on the end of it. Now that thing, I think if you got real froggy with it, you probably could do some damage to the boom.
What does that mean? Iron Maiden. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
PC-135.
PC-135. Yeah, we called it the Iron Maiden. She's a nasty girl.
This is what I'm talking about. Cosmo's stupid.
No, this is good. That's right, man. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Zig says, even as a former mech and certainly not a pilot, I was wondering why they kept trying to plug when something was fairly obviously wrong with the fueling evolution. How common is it to keep trying? Now, I should have mentioned this in the segment, but T-Bear and I were talking about this. It is the B course and it is active duty, and there is pressure to check squares through the syllabus. So there is the possibility / likelihood that the IP is like, okay, well, one more try, which is always how mishaps work because you push something farther than you need to. But tankers are at a premium. They're very hard to get.
Raptor hours.
Yeah, maybe just one of those things where he thought that, hey, we'll just talk about it. It'll be okay. And then next thing you know, it's a mishap report.
It's 100%. Even in the Navy, we experience that pretty often.
Yeah. JD says, how do I get Casmo another drink?
I need to set up a Throne account. You can have
What's that thing where you can feed the dog on the camera? Like you pay the $1 and it feeds the dog a treat.
I don't like the insinuation. I don't appreciate, and I will never come back on your show again for another month.
Cass, meow, keep it up. Love this. Thanks, CC Ryder.
Dude, that's awesome.
Just the other day I heard meow and I just laughed a little. And I was like,
Ichi Brown says season 7, episode 1, Mover and Gonky with special guests Captain Steam and Deep Into.
Oh, dude.
That would be tremendous.
Oh my God, what have we done? What have we done?
Cage match.
Good on those guys, man.
No, I'm not going to beat up a senior citizen.
No. Dude.
Ben Condell says nothing like sitting outside smoking. What the hell is that word? Placentia reversa original. Watching Mover and Casmo trash. Not Mover and Casmo. What the hell? How come Gonky never takes any crap?
Because Gonky's wholesome. Let's be honest. All right. I'm a drunk. Mover's got a sort of asshole vibe, but Gonky's just I'm over here with kids. I'm just look at all my stuff on the wall. I got my good dude. Hey, yeah, I'm just in a fridge.
Gonky.
Yeah, I'm just going. I'm just playful. I'm just a playful boy.
Come on, guys.
Oh my goodness.
No, look, whatever. I'm not. We've talked about Captain Steve too much.
No, here's one.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right now. Well, okay, never mind.
Thomas says, "Send off Captain Steve 8 mail to Gonky." I don't know if we can stop him now. I'll be honest. And you know what? There's actually another one too. Jason says, "Get Captain Steve on the show,
dude."
I'm just kidding. Habitual line
can I be on with him? If you get him, you call me. I will call him.
If you don't come on with him,
I will call. If I'm on the road, I'll call him fatigued.
Manchester.
If I have it scheduled, I'll call him PTO.
Manchester.
I will be there.
All right.
Bells up.
Hold on, guys.
All right.
We get him right.
Watch says 3-1 Norway against Senegal with 30 minutes to go.
Who cares? What? Thanks for the money. Who cares?
Joe says, I stand by my idea. It's better if you don't usually drink. Yeah.
Nah, it's better. It makes the show much better.
Cliff Lou says, give Gonky a Gatorade bottle.
Sparkling ice.
Get him a catheter.
No, he's talking about the pee in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a catheter.
Jackman says, Casmo, with all your expertise, please explain to me how you perform an aerial refuel with an Apache at Angels 280 doing over 300 knots, you loser.
Inverted.
Okay. Tiffany says, Casmo, not open marriage, but since some girl. Oh, gosh. This is the Mover and Gonky Show After
She's
Dark.
on the other foot now. Is your marriage open?
Oh boy.
Of course. Women love married men. Single dude over here, but nothing.
Yeah.
It's just you two.
No comment.
Oh.
Single dude over here. Lots of money, lots of time.
Casmo has died. He's out. He's gonna pee his pants. This is awesome.
I don't have a catheter. I'm good. Far away. Let's keep
right
going.
into the seat. Crew chief's gonna be pissed. They'll get over
Just
it.
let
They
it
usually
go.
do.
Yeah.
Blue Rex says Casmo Sans filter is definitely worth the price of admission.
Which is free.
Yeah, Turd
Occasional
Ferguson
ad.
says, how much do we pay to see Mover feed a cat? All right.
Is that a euphemism?
Everyone's got their own kink. Jeff says, Casmo's evaluation of you guys is on point. I got Gonky's back. Poor guy gets too much crap. Gonky gets too much crap. He bullies everybody.
Bully anybody, dude.
At least he's finally drinking water. Doug starred this, and I just love it. Casino, you rock.
Casino.
If that's not a new call sign, I don't know what.
I know. Literally not the first time I've been called casino.
They're going to misspell my name. Fair game on here.
The casino has a lav guy on the flight line who does laughs for private jets. We normally get nothing, so kudos for even tipping $5.
Dude, that's autocorrect.
Hey,
100%
I hope that you're in Arizona, and I hope that you got a bottle of $130 champagne. I hope you poured
Hey,
it all over some
Casmo,
stripper.
at the next White House UFC fight, this could be that.
I'll
Casmo.
take him. I feel strong about my chances.
I do too. My money's on Casmo, dude.
They
Thank
might
you.
have old man strength. dude.
I
You
work
don't know.
out. He.
Casmo has old man strength. We all do.
I don't like what you just said, but I agree with you. You're out of line, but you're right.
Turd Ferguson says, I thought TDY was same as being single.
Temporarily divorced for a year.
Zoe says, Mover, I'm still looking for the sign-up sheet. Oh, wow. There you go.
Oh,
Whoa, hey. See? It's not all about me.
All right. In other news, the Air Force selects the collaborative combat aircraft. Doug, please roll the tape.
We have
I
tape.
can't.
Doug, are you still with us? Okay.
Hit the article. The
That
article.
is the article.
Oh.
Enhance.
I feel like I'm
So-
missing something here.
Anduril wins the God, we're never gonna be able to do this. Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program. Under the contract, Anduril will deliver an initial set of production FQ-44 semi-autonomous fighter aircraft to support continued testing, validation, ultimately operational fielding. Contract also establishes a structure of the Air Force to buy additional lots of production across the next several years, a clear path for the Air Force. And in other news, I think there's the picture. Yeah, check that out. Make that video large, sir. Look at that.
Half of it black screen. What?
It's
that's
carrying AMRAMs now.
Is that a
That was new news as well. They successfully fielded the AMRAM as the loyal wingman. Look at that bad boy.
It's a
2.0
loyal wingman
lookout.
until it accidentally shoots you down?
Well, I mean, it's no worse than a Kuwaiti wingman
Oh!
or the Gettysburg.
yeah.
Oh!
Exactly, dude.
I like it.
Gonky, your thoughts?
That thing looks like an F-16 and an F-100 had a baby. I think it's cool looking. CCA, man, is definitely. I mean, the Air Force believes in it. They just pumped a bunch of money into acquiring a bunch of these things. They're gonna combine it with AI, and I mean, dude, it's
God, I think it's awesome, dude. You
Yeah.
roll out with your F-15EX with your 24x0 loadout, and you send a 4-ship of those downrange to do the work, and then you just pick off the trailers. Oh
not
yeah,
really do they do the work, man? But you know, they've got radars too. So I mean, it is definitely. I think it's a good force multiplier. I mean, you guys use you guys use robots and drones in law enforcement where you work.
we have drones. We make fun of the drone people.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
For now,
I can. There's been many times,
Dude, Jefferson Parish has started this drone first responder program, and there's these little drones that live in these little containers. And when all the crime happens over there, they pop the drone out and it goes and looks at it and says, "Oh yeah, there's crime happening here. We need to send somebody."
Wow. Yeah. Well, there's been many times, as a fighter pilot, when you're doing offensive counter air, defensive counter air, there's
when you're down to the gun.
There's level, and there's also commander's intent as far as levels of risk you're allowed to take, and it's always blue loss is acceptable. You're like, oh crap, and this is a scenario where like if you had like 4 of these things with you, odds are they might get shot down. Better odds of you making it home, and I think that's the good thing is, yes, we're going to have unmanned aircraft in the fight, but I think it'll increase the survivability of
all the tactics you can do with those things.
Oh, wild. Yeah.
I mean, because you don't care. You're like, see ya.
Yeah, eat it.
Is it a class A if one gets shot? If one crashes though?
You just.
I think that's the way you do it, though. You got to hold them responsible for getting shot down, because otherwise, dudes will just be like, "Whatever, just write it off."
Right? Yeah, guys like Mover.
I mean,
like,
you got to make it like
commit.
Yeah,
commit.
yeah, 100%. You got to make it like have a purpose, have a meaning.
Yeah.
I sent my 8-ship wall downrange and I just went out.
Right. I don't know what the problem is.
So
you guys told me they were
let me know how it goes. I did that with real wingmen. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah,
1 and 2 pump, 3 and 4.
That's right.
Hot left.
Guys, you guys slide down there and see if there's a 50 cal down there like they told us.
Just let us know.
I think it's the future, man. I'm really curious though.
It is the future.
I'm curious to see
the present.
It's the now.
For me, it's how is the integration going to be with, if they're going to allow manned fighters to kind of control or at least feed info to these things, or is it going to be more AWACS style? Like, I'm just curious how that man and machine interface.
Can I give you my unvarnished opinion on that?
That's why you're here,
a great 100%. Hold on.
Let
me prepare. No, I think you're 1,000%. I think it's almost like we're gonna make you feel better about this by saying that fighter pilots get to make the choice, but I think you hit the nail on the head. I think we're very, very close to turning the corner where it is the AWACS. I think it's going to be a dude, I won't say a nerd, a dude sitting behind a computer in an airborne platform, maybe a ground platform, that has control over 50 drones, and he's just pushing them out to wherever they are. Because at the end of the day, we're going to get to the point where drones cost exponentially less than an F-35 or an F-47 or whatever we're talking about, right?
No.
Right,
China,
exactly. But that's what I mean. We're gonna.
I just did a video on this not too long ago. China, the HIMARS launcher, except it shoots drones.
Oh yeah, the launches drones. Yeah,
50 drones, and
I totally watched your video and not porn. Yeah, 100%. So, but no, exactly. But that's my point. Like, we're gonna reach that point where we're just saturating because it costs less and it's easier to control. And fighter pilots are soon going to find themselves on the back side. Helicopter pilots too, like all man pilots, because exactly right. Gonky hit it right on the head. We're gonna have AWACS guys driving the fight.
I hate to say it, but it's like Revenge of the Nerds, like the Wizzos. Like, it's gonna be. I see it like you're saying, going to their wheelhouse, right? I mean, as a battle manager is basically what you're.
Well, that's not Wizzo.
Yeah, did you play Command and Conquer on your computer as a kid? Like, that's exactly what we're getting to. Like, we have to understand, like, all the things that you and I did and think were like this really pivotal moment is the dude who carried a mace at the Battle of Agincourt or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like this snapshot in time of warfare, and that time is passing and we're watching it happen because this is the new time. And it's terrifying and it's awful because it's taking the humanity out of warfare, which is very dangerous and could lead to some very bad things. But nevertheless, here we are, and that's what we're watching happen, and I hate it.
I agree. Mover, what do you think, dude?
I think I've already said what I think. I think it's awesome.
Okay.
If you can use them for what we've talked about, having the loyal wingman or the force multiplier,
It is awesome in one sense, because it takes living beings from out of the situation where they have to get shot down or killed or otherwise. But I'm fearful of the sort of, like, we already write people off, right, and send people off into situations that there's probably no hope. But now we're just going to make it worse, and I'm worried about that.
The AI portion of it, I mean, how many times has AI hallucinated your answers?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You're right to call me out on that. Yeah, you just shot 3 and 4.
Right.
Yeah.
You shot the wrong guys.
Yeah.
Oh, my
You're right
bad.
to push back on that. I'm like, yeah.
I just want to point out that I love that in the chat there's like a subcategory that's going on about women who want married men. I just love how that's erupted, and I appreciate
Erupted.
the diversity of your show and
The poll we never knew we needed.
right. Yeah, just
with an E
it.
or 2 L's.
2 L's this time.
Okay. Gary says Casmo Cash. Thanks, Gary.
$2. That's for me.
Okay.
My
Seeking
Venmo
Missiles.
is-
Speaking of YouTube pilots, opinions on Nothing Fancy.
What that mean? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
That
either,
is.
man. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I'm interested though.
Does he dress up in an airline uniform? Jason
Force
says, best YouTube pilot is Air Force Proud. I've met Air Force Proud. He's a cool dude.
What is this deal though? Because he wasn't. Was he in the Air Force?
No, dude, he's just a kid.
He's just proud. He's just proud.
I think he did like Civil
Proud.
Air Patrol or ROTC or something, but he
Ooh.
does Microsoft Flight Sim videos.
Yeah, I saw that.
I met him at the Flight Sim thing for the FS-24 at the Grand Canyon. Sat next to him while we took the tour.
Nice.
Hey, good people.
That's
Real
that's
cool dude.
Pretty cool. man.
Thomas says, I propose Casmo and Skid for president and vice president.
Which one's president?
I think he said it the way he
You.
wants it to be.
Right.
He means it that way.
Yeah.
You president.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of martinis.
Cliff Lou says, dude sitting in a Connex with multiple drones and a case of Rippets, yelling Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Holly Movie Star says, wouldn't fighter pilot be the quarterback and AWACS coach? I'm sure.
Like I said, I'm curious how that's
Drone
that.
commander.
Yeah. And there might be different levels of it, right?
Gonky, you read this one.
Joel says Captain Stevie will control the CCA.
Poorly.
I
His
love
mind.
it.
All right. Very short video, but an interesting one in, I believe it's Portugal?
This was
Poland, sorry.
sad,
Way
dude.
off.
This is
Samsonite.
very sad.
An OV-10 performed a wheels-up landing, sustaining substantial damage. However, luckily, the pilot was uninjured. Play it in full screen, sir. This is all we have.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh. That's such a cool plane.
flaps
No.
are down. I read on another forum that there is no gear up scenario like this. So it's very interesting. It's one of those why?
Why? You're up.
Yeah. Although it's very hard to miss because it's got quite a few alarms that go off. So it's not like it's accidental. So
Yeah,
it looks
it's gotta be
intentional.
Yeah, it's got to be a
but-
failure.
The question is why?
Yeah, they flew around for quite a while trying to get the gear down.
Why
But
when
the-
they landed on on
Doug, do you have deep intel?
That's as deep as it gets.
Oh, all right.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude, I don't know why they wouldn't try to land it on asphalt.
I had that happen in a Glass Air, and I remember debating on the radio, actually, I was a kid, about taking it to the grass strip or landing in between the runways and the grass versus on the runway. And some old crusty airline pilot's like, take the runway, kid. And I did. And it worked out a lot better than if I had done this, because this is not the best situation. Although if it had worked, it would have probably scraped it up a lot less. But as you can see, it.
I mean,
aircraft
look,
is-
if you're hitting the ground, I don't care what you're hitting. Like, you're gonna not do good things to
Yeah.
the airplane.
The bottom of that airplane is not like smooth, right? I mean, look, there's a
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't care what you hit. Feathers. Like,
Right.
you're gonna break that airplane.
That one's not flying anymore, man. The old back looks like it breaks there on landing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a soft landing. It's sad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, do better.
Oh, OV-10 is such a cool airplane. Yeah,
it is super cool.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those. I mean,
where was this?
Poland, at an air show.
Oh, damn! How they get the Poland with that?
Dude, maybe there's no
self-deploy.
See, so from someone who flew the OV-10, forced landings in the Bronco were prohibited as it usually caused the nose to dig in and the aircraft to flip with catastrophic results.
Oh, so he's lucky.
What's the alternative?
Well, he's saying as like if you have any kind of gear issue, if you have a choice in the matter, don't land gear up because it's dangerous.
Well, I guess if there's the ejection seats are deactivated.
Do they have? Did they have ejection seats?
I don't think they have ejection seats. OV-10.
I know the Bronco or the Mohawk did, but I don't know if the Bronco did.
They did. Well, according to this, they did.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Okay.
If one main down, one up, it recommends ejection or gear up landing. That was a surprise.
I'm mature enough to be wrong.
You had a main that wouldn't extend. It would be a surprise if ejection seats were still hot in the aircraft. This is from a fighter pilot group. So, I mean, I guess in this case though, but that's a one down, one up situation.
Our stupid question: are civilians who fly demilitarized military aircraft capable of using ejection systems?
Yes. If you recall the L-39 that crashed in, was it Minnesota or Michigan? Michigan, huh?
I forget.
Yes. Yeah. Well, anyway,
L-39.
one seat fired and the other one didn't.
Did that have Spud Knocker in it?
No.
Okay.
No, this was actually the same guy that was in the MiG-23 crash.
Yep.
The same guy. Okay.
Same guy. Yeah, the one that jumped out of the MiG-23 or he initiated ejection in that one.
Didn't he give you shit in an elevator or something one time?
All right. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
So yes, he did. Okay, got it. Roger, moving on. Next.
Julie says snacks for Luna because my boy Teddy thinks she's a snack. Oh wow. Luna's my dog's getting hit on now.
I just right below me. Right on.
T.S. Holly says, or T. Shawley, look close at the OV-10 pilot. Looks like he got knocked out. Yeah, that was a hard hit.
Yeah.
That was like, ouch. All right, Gonky. What is next? We are going to talk about the best topic. You're covering this. I'd like you to talk about this.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Add it. I wanted to add. Wait a minute.
Now, Silent Bob.
How about now?
New Air Force One to lead 250th flight. No, dude, we're doing the. Which
You're
one?
the one. You're adding your stuff. All right. Go ahead.
New Air Force One to lead 250th flyover. So make it huge. Huge. Play it, man.
And it was all of the generals. They wanted to do something special. They wanted to get it done for the 250th year, the anniversary. We have America's 250th, and that's coming up in a little while. And I think I can say that we're going to do a flyover like no flyover. This is going to lead a group of many, many planes. I do love the F-22, I have to tell. Does anybody like the F-22? I love the F-22. I say, why aren't you putting F-22s? They're putting F-22s. They're going to have the 35s. They're going to have the 60s. They're going to have everything. But this will be a flyover on July 4th. I think I can say the likes of which we've never seen before, General, right? Spending a couple of bucks extra for a little fuel. We own the plane, so all we need is a little extra fuel, right? And we have every pilot wants to do it. Those pilots are all fighting to do it. So we're going to have a lot of planes flying over the Capitol and over the White House. And it was all of the generals. They wanted to do something.
I'm just going to keep this on loop.
All right.
Shut the fuck up.
Air Force One. So the 74-8 that was gifted.
Fuck you guys. You know exactly what you're doing.
That was gifted to the United States is ready.
Yeah, amazingly.
Amazingly.
It's impossible to imagine how we can do something that quickly.
Right. So we bag all the time on basically weapon procurement, mainly aviation stuff, right? Like it takes forever for an airplane to happen. We even talked about Air Force One, I don't know, a year ago. Skid's got some Air Force One experience, and we were joking back then, yeah, the new Air Force One will be around in maybe 10 or 15 years, but like no kidding. Apparently this thing is ready to go, and it's going to lead the greatest flyover ever, man. When he said that, all I could think about is like, right, Mover at the step desk. What is the ORM sheet?
What's the TOT? Whenever the boss says it is. I mean,
correct. The singer, the singer is going to have to time their singing.
The home of the brave.
Right, with Air Force One,
which is easier said than done.
Correct. So I don't.
Dude, just put FMS. You put the point in. You put the time you want to get there. It's like the easiest thing in the world,
dude. It's a 74-8. All the airspace is available, and I mean, like it's going to be a straight line.
Hold however you want.
Hold however wherever you want. The show starts when you say it does, and I'm just curious. What the gaggle is going to look like.
Well, also we have other deep intel, which is not that deep, but there's a video of the French
shallow
practicing for the 250th over there. Doug, do you have that?
That's cool.
It will take just a second to get it.
That's cool. I watched that before the show, and
so I mean, this is not just Air Force One leading the charge. There's going to be foreign militaries that are flying over,
which is pretty cool.
That's very.
I mean, France helped us win our independence,
America.
So they can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we helped them win theirs.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be. I mean, surely, probably. The president's going to be on board.
It's a birthday bash.
Like no other, man.
Well, wait, did he say he was going to be on board? He said the plane would be leading, but will he be on it? Because he may be standing there. And if you remember his last term, there was some flyover over DC, and they had all the gaggles, the military parade, and like the helicopters were the only ones that were nowhere near being on time, because apparently when you're early, you can't slow down a helicopter. You have no ability to slow down.
Impossible. If you slow down, you go higher.
We can't stop. We got to slow down first.
Yeah.
What is this? There you go. What's this?
It's the thing you asked for.
Yeah. Hit it. This is the French. Yeah. This is cool.
Look at that.
Yeah, man.
Foreign jets over American soil.
Over the Capitol. Look at that. One's out in the lead.
Yeah, that's the camera ship.
That's probably like, follow me, guys.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue. Yeah.
Well, it's also their colors.
So. I know, man. I know. I'm aware.
Russia has those same colors.
If we can get the Russian Knights and the what's the Chinese team, the Flaming Dragons or whatever it is.
Flaming Dragons.
It's like if we could get them.
You get a gaggle of red snappers out there.
That is cool, man. That's awesome.
Look, they lost their camera ship.
Yeah. It's good. It's like, this is not last minute. It's like a week out and we're already practicing.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea to practice.
Yeah.
Going back to the 7.4 thing, number one, awesome that they were able to, what was a year ago? This is like the fastest military production thing. I hope they did it right.
Right.
That's
well, if the reflecting pool is any indication, I'm sure they've done it perfectly correct.
Well, you hope they just didn't throw a paint job on it, right?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Called it good. But I don't know, man. I think I saw a thing where didn't they retire?
Yeah, the old one.
The old one, which, dude, I'm old enough.
One of the old ones. There's multiple ones. So
I remember when they retired the 707 and replaced it with the 7.4, the now retired 7.4s, but it's been a long time, man. 30 something years, right? They would find that thing. I think that was 89 when they did that. It's been a long time. Yeah.
Casmo, do you have anything you'd like to add to this conversation?
Nah, that's great. Fucking America. We did a really good job in Iran. I hope we keep up the good work. Doing great. We're doing great things. We're doing it's tremendous. I'm glad I spent 20 plus years supporting victory.
Thomas says Mover, Gonky, Casmo, and Skid should do the flyover with Wombat and T-Bear as ground control.
You want it on time, don't you?
Oh boy. You know what, Gonky?
What?
Let Casmo read this one.
Casmo would say he probably has some experience.
The Air Force One pilot, Captain Steve.
Oh, dude, this is terrible.
That would be tremendous.
You guys are. Jason says, "Oh man,
Tender Stevenson." That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even spell TDS.
Jason says
I
Casmo
do.
has TDS. Love you, man.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Plexi also has it with Casmo as my spirit animal.
You're welcome.
So is MJ. Never change Casmo.
I don't plan to. That's my $50, by the way.
War horse. No, it's socialism. It's all of our.
That's fine. You know what? I'll split that. You know what? You're right. 1,000%. I'll split that with you 3 ways for everything. Doug, you get shit. All right. But everyone else, it's a 3-way.
I get my normal percentage.
Exactly. 0. That's 1,000%.
Warhorse says the Navy actually reactivated a few Broncos back in 2014, 2015 for coin work, which is counterinsurgency. In Iraq, squat switch on gear requires a really firm landing to engage it.
Can't get any firmer than that one.
No.
Blue Rex says, has Gonky had a chance to fly a C-130 anymore?
Have you?
If he
Any more? That implies that you did.
They begged him, dude. They see Gonky, and it's like the cool kid shows up.
You look like a C-130 pilot. That's what they're saying? Yeah. And do you take offense by that?
Look.
You're like, no, I fly an Airbus. Fits right in. Like a glove.
Mover's always got that one just keyed up.
Just keyed up.
That's
that's a new one. Look at
That's
that
it.
fancy field grade officer.
Like that, dude.
He's like, that's my future right there.
Yeah, look at that bad boy. No, they asked me. Look, man, I'd
do it.
I'm not C-130 material, man.
I mentioned it before, and Mover was like, I'll get you a job tomorrow. And I was like,
Casmo,
I'll take it back.
I got to, dude, like after an hour on board. I was bored after an hour in a fighter. You know?
Dude,
like,
you're an airline pilot now.
Not really.
You live in boredom.
Dude, I don't fly much.
That's what we do. Oh, well, that's fair.
All right.
That's
anyway, moving on. Full Afterburner says Casmo or casino.
Either will work. I'll respond to either.
Rotor Not says the Air Force One is an interim aircraft that was gifted to Trump by the Qataris.
Okay.
That's correct.
Yes.
Cool.
Tic Tac's
Poop
got my
comes
back.
from the butt. Okay.
Tic Tac's got my
comfortable.
back. Says Gonky is just thankful the small country of France is willing to send their entire Air Force to participate.
I didn't say it, Tic Tac. Come on, man.
Yeah, how very disrespectful you were of our friends.
You
that
can
helped
read
us
my
win the war or whatever.
Turn and Burn Photography says last weekend in Ocean City it was awesome seeing the Thunderbirds doing a flyover down the beach with the Patrouille de France and Raz flying the solo camera ship. Oh, there you go. See?
That is cool.
All right. Our third topic of the evening, because we're making so much progress tonight.
Holy shit, it's like 9:50. Donkey, you're well past your bedtime.
Casmo always has total essay, but keep going. Mover.
So there was another
I don't
close
like that.
call, this time at Boston, where an American Airlines flight 737-800 and a Delta Airlines flight, an Airbus 319, were departing from intersecting runways. Well, the American was going on intersector runway. Delta was trying to land. Play the tape, Douglas.
I don't like that.
And make it huge.
3161.
Enhance.
Runway 27 line up and wait, traffic lands 33 left.
27 line up and wait, American 3161. Our boss, Delta 2351, Nimoy for 33 left.
Delta 2351 Boston Tower, runway 33 left, clear to land, traffic holds runway 27.
33 left, Delta 2351.
American 3161, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Oh.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, American 3161.
Thanks. So it's B82.
That's
Mike
tight.
Foxtrot, hold short, 4 left, call ground, 49.
Mike Foxtrot, hold short of 4-level contact ground.
Yikes.
Delta 3,
Whoever we are. He's looking at his paper.
Market 3161.
He should have
where you
already
going?
touched down by
You
then.
cleared us for takeoff, 3161.
Delta 2351, turn right heading 360, maintain 3000.
Right turn, hey, 360, maintain
Yikes.
3000, Delta 2351.
Good job, Delta guys, man.
Visual runway 33 left, 170 on the speed.
American 3161, contact Boston departure.
American
Where's
guys
West
might have considered rejecting as
Delta
well.
Departure 133.0.
But good job on the Delta dudes.
3161, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Gonky, your thoughts?
Dang, man, that's like you said. Good on those Delta guys for having the SA. What was going on there? That could have been ugly. I don't know how. Any word on how close they actually got? I mean, it definitely looked like constant bearing, decreasing range on that animation right there. So, yeah, dude, good on them for going around. And the American crew, do they abort? Do they keep going? I think, you see in the Delta jet executing go around, probably just keep going. And I'm 100% with you. The Delta guy was like, what flight am I? Where the hell's that paper? Like, because it's probably his 5th leg of the day. But yeah, that's, dude, all joking aside, that could have been ugly. And that was obviously human error. So,
yeah. And it's funny because he line up and wait. He tells them about the approaching landing traffic. He tells the landing traffic that the guys lined up and waiting. And then he clears them for takeoff. Now, granted, this is truncated. This is not like real time. So for time, it was shortened. But in that short amount of time, the controller is so saturated. And I wonder if they're having staffing issues. Because, the DCA stuff, they're overworked. Yes. They're running multiple positions, all that stuff. LaGuardia was the same way. Like there is a problem, a systemic problem in ATC with them being overworked. And, what I found out when we did the LGA thing was that they do the shift work that's changing. Like one day there'll be days and the next one they'll be like 4 to 10 and then they'll do midnights and they don't have any time to swap their body clock. It's just, hey, you're nights now, versus what we do when like we were on a night week, you had time to adapt. They're just like, hey, Tuesday you're nights and Monday you're days. And that's just awful. I don't know how they need fatigue rules.
Have you guys flown? Casmo, you been into Boston?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah,
and it's been that situation where they're landing one runway and they're taking off the other. And at the end of the day, I think this is sort of like baked in to the airline side of things is like we just sort of take ATC at their word, right? If they say clear for takeoff, clear to land. And I think this is probably one of those situations where, you might look outside the window and be like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable with this. There was a case study. I don't remember when this happened, but it was a very low vis situation where there was a lot of confusion on the radio and one aircraft was cleared to take off. And they were like, you know what? We're not going to take off. We're going to wait until we verify that this aircraft has cleared the runway.
That's right.
And as you look back at the, where everything was, and they were that was the right call. And so I think that this is kind of one of those situations where if it's VFR, if you're not paying attention to the landing traffic in those situations, you're probably doing yourself and the aircraft a disservice. So I don't want to put myself in that situation, but having been there, that's a common occurrence of having those intersections.
Yeah, and it's kind of Boston it can be kind of busy. Yeah, it can be busy.
It's one of the busiest airports. Yeah.
Like you're saying, and it can be hard to keep track of that, right? Like because your vantage point, like you're on the ground taxiing around and you're doing all your stuff in your own little world. So I can see how the American guys probably didn't quite have the bubble, but the Delta jet on approach, that's their job to clear the landing area, and that thankfully they were able to do it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, you have to. You can't just give that responsibility to ATC, right? Like at the end of the day, you're still responsible if you see the aircraft that's on the ground, is on the runway and you're clear to land, you might have to make the call and do a go around.
Right.
Yeah, and Gonky, I talked about, hey, the American guys might have considered rejected takeoff. If you think about where they are in their flow, it's on the captain's side. They're all looking heads down or forward because they're looking for something to enter the runway or whatever, but they're doing their AD call out, their V1 road, like they're thinking numbers and, if I'm going to above 80 knots, I'm going to abort for this, below 80 knots, I'm going to abort for this. They're not thinking look left.
Right.
That would be like a high speed decision, like not high speed, like speed wise, but like mentally, you'd have to have a ton of processing power to register. Because honestly, if I'm taking off, I'm thinking, well, they're way out there. Yeah, they've been cleared to land, but that's because they're 5 miles out there or 3 miles out there. It's not going to be a conflict. It's the Delta guys did exactly what they needed to do, and good on them for avoiding what could have been another awful mishap.
I mean, when you're landing, if I'm sitting in the right seat, I'm paying attention to the instruments of what the left seater is doing, but I'm also looking at the landing environment. The left seater, he's probably looking at the instruments and then like cross-checking with the runway if he can see it, if it's visual. Yeah, good on the Delta guys for recognizing the situation. It's tough. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like everyone who's flying in these busy airspace has to keep their head on a swivel because ATC, I love ATC. Like those guys are hardworking. They go through a lot of training to get where they're at. Like there's none of this DEI bullshit that's been talked about in the past. Like it is hard work to become a controller at any airport. And so they're doing their best, but they are, they're focused on the scope for a lot of cases, or they have binoculars and stuff, but there's a lot of context that can be missed. And so it's up to us to fill that gap. And if you're not doing that, if you're just being lazy and just answering the radio call and saying, Roger that, I'm going to take off, then you're doing a disservice to yourself, the aircraft, and the airspace.
Well, by design, like we talked about earlier with the fuel planning for that business jet that crashed, aviation by design, there's overlapping responsibilities. So we cover each other to prevent something horrible from happening. Like, God forbid 2 airliners crash in a scenario like this. So what Casmo's saying is right. The controllers are doing their best, but it's also the pilot's responsibilities to clear their own flight path. I mean, that's basic piloting, but
and the approaching guy's got more situation. He's got a bigger view. He's got the wider aperture than the dudes that are. Old Navy guy says, as a SkyWest FO, I always listen for crossing landing traffic when I was clear for takeoff, or vice versa. Build a mental picture and find the other guy. Preservation of self and passengers.
Yep.
Valid. Yeah. And Ozymandias says, wonder if the runway status lights were working. Boston has them installed anyway. You hear the landing pilot for a second, like, oh crap. Good on him for being quick.
I think he was saying because he didn't know his own flight number.
Yeah, he was. Well, like, who am I?
That's what I love about my job is our flight number doesn't change. It's just the tail number. But at the same time, those lights, it doesn't matter if you were like a line up and wait. And I don't remember if the video said that, but if they were already on the runway lining up and wait,
they were line up and wait, and then they were.
Then those lights don't matter. Yeah, they're already on the runway. So
yeah. And then we got one more topic for you, Casmo. Just hang on. I know you're struggling. I'm
gripping tightly right now.
Thomas says, "Ooh, the golden retriever." And then Darren says, "Mover, did you ever fly the F8 Crusader?" Jesus,
how old are you? I'm not even that old.
I'm the youngest in this whole group.
He is the younger
from everybody in this entire organization.
It's the facial hair.
F-16 engine, the chin scoop. It's kind of a
small mouth, whatever that
small mouth, big mouth.
Back in the war.
Mover never flew a Sopwith Camel either. The crazy pizzas.
Were you with the Wright brothers at the first?
Yeah. Contact.
I actually had to do that once with my glass air when the starter failed.
I did that once with a Cessna. It's unnerving.
It's not a fun experience.
It's not. It's weird. It's like I'm going to lose my hands right now.
FYI, check out the uncut time comm at Vast Aviation. There was significant time between the takeoff clearance and A starting to roll. It might change things. It doesn't, though. It really doesn't, because once you're cleared for takeoff,
you're cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, because the controller comes back and is like, "What?
But well, hold on. Let me dissect this. There was significant time. So this happened at Austin, I want to say about a year ago. Remember when I think it was UPS almost landed on top of a Southwest aircraft?
I do remember that.
There was a very low vis, i.e. the tower actually couldn't really see the runway. And so if you watch like the breakdown of it, the Southwest aircraft was cleared for takeoff, but they weren't on the runway yet. So they were like holding short, but they were actually well short. And so they had to come up, turn around, get on the runway and take off. So there was like this huge delay between cleared for takeoff and actual takeoff. I just took off out of John Wayne Airport in California Saturday, and I was watching. There was an aircraft in front of us. The aircraft on the runway hadn't taken off yet, and the guy in front of us rolled past the hold short line and then stopped. And we were like, "Oh, this guy is kind of jacked up," and we weren't really paying attention. What we think happened is that guy was told clear for takeoff, and this guy was told line up and wait. That guy hadn't taken off yet, so there's really no like mandate between you're clear for takeoff to when you have to take off. Like the understanding is that you're going to do it immediately, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you do.
Well,
Usually,
you have
does that
to
make
tell
sense?
them. You have to tell them because, like, when we used to do
nice stuff.
the ICE FOD procedures, you tell them that you had to do the run up.
Yep. Because that's a
Say that
delay. Like the run you take the runway if it's in the wintertime, it's like, hey, we're gonna need a 30-second delay on the runway.
Yeah. If you know that you're gonna have to, but if you're just lazy, right? Like if you're just slow, or in the situation of that Southwest, like I don't think, like I've been to Austin many times, that's not where the hold short line is. So why were they were holding short of the runway, well short of where they should have been. And so in Tower's mind, they're here, but they're actually here. And so Tower's not taking into account the time that they got to taxi up to here, turn the corner, turn the next corner, get lined up, power up, and take off. And so they've cleared the next aircraft. And so what I'm saying is I think that there's some latency in reporting between, hey, you're cleared to take off, and when you actually have to take off. Now, a good ATC will tell you, hey, aircraft 3 mile final,
no
clear
delay.
for takeoff, no delay, runway 27, or whatever. And then it's incumbent upon you to do that. But I didn't, I didn't hear that in that video, and so there may have just been some latency there.
Watch says Norway wins 3-2. Them and France advanced to round of 32. No more WC 26 scores till next Monday after 9 p.m. LOL, your favorite foosball score reporter.
Lol.
I love it. I love
soccer.
Alex
It's
says,
like
Alec,
hockey.
Casbo equal cool, happy late Father's Day. Also want to say happy early birthday to my dad. It's on
Nice.
the 24th. Also, Mover, I'm in the summer reading program. I need books. Just finished Project Bird. 10 out of 10.
Nice,
Yes.
man. I like
Glad you enjoyed it.
that's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
MJ says, Mover, what was Orville's favorite drink? A martini.
Gin or vodka?
All right.
Oh, okay. We don't know.
So, reports have come out for the preliminary report for the BE-90.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Nope. I had it the first time. This was apparently, they think it was caused by GPS jamming. So on May 14, 2026 at midnight Mountain Daylight Time, a Beech C-90 was destroyed when it was involved in an accident near Lincoln, New Mexico. Both pilots and passengers sustained fatal injuries. It was operated by Generation Jets under 135 as an air ambulance flight. The airplane and crew were based at Roswell, New Mexico, for the purpose of providing unscheduled fixed-wing air medical services upon request. The flight was under operational control Generation Jets. They had 2 passengers, flight nurses that were part of Transair Medical. So at 23:01, they received notification mission to fly from, Roswell to Sierra Blanca Regional Airport in New Mexico to pick up a patient for transport to Albuquerque. It was a very dark night, 0% moon illumination. Visual meteorological conditions existed at the time of the accident. GPS jamming activities that encompassed the area around the accident flight were being conducted by the United States military during the time of the flight. The aircraft was equipped with Spider Tracks flight tracking equipment, which reported GPS-generated altitude, heading, airspeed, and position for the duration of the accident flight. Additionally, ADS-B data captured portions of the accident flight. The data from both sources were consistent with each other, except the recorded Spider Tracks GPS altitude was generally about 600 feet higher than recorded ADS-B altitudes. There were large gaps in the recorded ADS-B altitude. We'll show the figure here in a minute. According to tracking data, the flight departed Roswell at 23:52 during the climb. Pilot contacted Albuquerque and requested instrument flight rules clearance to SRR. It was cleared as filed to SRR. Climb maintained 12,000. The ADS-B data, which recorded 2 to 3 second intervals, began recording at 1 minute intervals. The controller advised the crew that the airplane was at 13,000 feet, which was 1,000 above their assigned altitude. The pilot responded that they were correcting their altitude and the airplane had lost GPS capability. The pilot stated they would need a heading. The controller provided initial heading of 275 to SRR and asked which approach they intended to fly. The pilot requested the RNAV approach to runway 24. Their controller telephoned their operations supervisor and requested the military to stop jamming. Controller cleared the flight to Rayoc. Yeah, I've been there. Intersection and provided a heading of 350. The pilot read back the clearance. Shortly thereafter, the airplane turned to a northerly heading that put the airplane on a path to cross the ILS approach course for runway 24 between the initial approach fix and the Rayoc fix. During the turn, the pilot requested the ILS approach to SRR due to loss of GPS navigation capability. The airplane continued northerly heading for about 20 miles at a GPS altitude of 12,600 feet. During this segment, the controller provided services to other traffic, including 3 additional aircraft that reported loss of GPS. One of those aircraft expressed difficulty identifying a direct ground-based navigation aid and required additional assistance. 4 minutes after midnight, the controller advised the crew that they would provide radar vectors utilizing right turns to align the airplane for a straight-in approach over the Rayoc intersection in a couple minutes. At about 005, the supervisor contacted the military to stop jamming, and ADS started again at 2 to 3 second intervals. While maintaining northwest heading and about 31 miles northeast of SRR, flight crew reported they had a visual on Roldoso, but their radio transmission was stepped on by other traffic. The flight crew again reported they have visual on Roldoso at 008 that they could go visual. The controller subsequently cleared the flight to SRR, cleared the visual approach, informed they could cancel IFR at or above 9,000 feet, or they could cancel their clearance via the flight service station after landing. Flight crew acknowledged the clearance, responded that they would cancel IFR in just a couple minutes. There were no additional radio transmissions to see from the crew. They then began to turn southwest towards SRO. The mountains at 10,201 feet were located 14 miles northeast of SR between the airplane and the airport. At 0010, the controller operations supervisor informed the military that the airplane was on a visual approach and they could resume jamming. The ADS-B went back to 1 minute intervals. At the same time, the airplane began descending toward SR, followed by a slight right turn to 9,820 feet. The airplane continued to descend until 14 after. The airplane climbed from about 9,400 GPS altitude till the last data point, 9,823 feet, 150 knots, and a true heading of 250. It impacted terrain about 250 feet southwest of the last recorded data point, an elevation of 9,950 feet, about 730 feet east and 230 feet below the Capitan Mountain Summit radio facility, located in an elevation of 10,100 feet. Post-impact fire occurred. There is the flight track. Unfortunately, we cannot zoom in, I don't think. But the weather was basically pretty good. I mean, no issues. There was 6 knots of wind, 10 miles visibility. Yeah, 4 fatal. So this is the first I've seen where GPS jamming is a factor, or at least could have contributed, because they talk about it a lot. Gonky, Casmo, what are your thoughts?
Gonky, go.
Well, it's very sad. I think that I don't see the GPS jamming being like the smoking gun in this thing. So it's a classic case basically of like Korean Air 801 back in the 90s, when they crashed into the side of the hill at Guam. So up at altitude at night, it's just darkness. So you don't have any depth perception. You can't see anything. There's literally no lights. The only lights you see might be the runway or the town. Yep, I see them, good to go. And then you start descending, but between you and that and the field where you're going to land is a mountain. In this case, is the Captain Mountain Range or the Captain Mountain there that the King Air slammed into. So when I looked at those points on that map with the flight path that Mover put on are points for one of the approaches, and they got vectors. So it looks like they blew through final, and then where they're at up there to the north is kind of no man's land. If you call visual, now the onus is on you not to hit the ground. And I could see them thinking, like, looking at the chart, being like, well, the next fix is, I can't see it off the top of my head, but at a lower altitude, and they just start descending early without realizing, obviously, there's a mountain between them, because out there, when I say no man's land, there with approaches, there's protected airspace on both sides of the approach. So they're beyond that at this point because they got vectors and flew through the approach path there. So what it boils down to, in my mind, is a lack of situational awareness of where they were. And that might just be, I don't have a lot of experience flying in the mountains out west. So, somebody like myself, like something like this, I mean, you really have to pay attention. The couple times I have flown around out west, even in military fighters, I remember the first time going into Las Vegas, it was night, same thing, super dark. And I realized, looking at the approach plate, oh, there's like real mountains out here. It's not the valley in California where I've been flying, or Florida, right, where it's impossible to mountain because there are none. So contributing factor.
Space Mountain.
Yeah. I don't really see GPS being that much of a contributing factor. I know Blanco Lirio was talking about the two types of approaches they could use with GPS jamming. You can't do the RNAV, which is what they requested. And then the other approach to ILS, you can't do it unless you have the local altimeter and the AWOS or ASA, or whatever the weather reporting that the field had was out of service. So, in my mind, it's like, well, they called and told the military, hey, we got an airplane coming in, turn off your GPS jamming. Now you can do the RNAV. I don't know if that's how it works, but I don't have a lot of experience flying in as a civilian, flying like around GPS denied environments. So sadly, at the end of the day, I think it was just kind of a lack of SA of where they were. Cause obviously, you're not going to fly into a mountain. They didn't see it from their vantage point. Casmo?
I don't know enough about the Captain Steve, so yeah, I honestly don't have much to add to this situation.
Gonky, the only thing I was confused about is why, we talk about this in the airline world about visual backed up with something.
Yeah.
So even though, legally you can't do the ILS, you could still dial it in. I mean,
are you not required to?
2020. What's that?
Like, does your company, regulations, FOM, op specs say like you should have a visual backed up by a visual by
that's how that's how you're trained. Yeah. So, but okay. I mean, I don't know if this company, it's a good idea. And in this case, just looking at the ILS, their step down fixes, they were 11,000 at 15 miles out, 10,500 at 13 miles out, 8,900 at 8.1 miles out. They had obviously overshot, and they just flew into the side of the mountain. And it was because they had lost situational awareness on where they were relative to the terrain. And that has happened, has almost happened in Vegas, because Vegas is another place you go into at night. If you get vectored off or whatever, there are some big honking mountains that are dark. It's like super dark, and they always tell you, don't accept vectors off if off the star or whatever at night, because that's what keeps you safe. And so I think this is sadly just a tragic loss of situational awareness. The GPS jamming's not helping, but like you said, Gonky, they're on the visual, they're on their own thing. And I think just dial in the localizer, and saying, hey, I know I've got terrain out here, I'm going to step down, but the kind of flying that those people do is very difficult, aeromedical.
What kind of aircraft was it?
It was
aeromedical.
C90. It was a King Air.
C90 King Air.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, single pilot.
No, I think they had two pilots and two nurses on board.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't, that kind of flying, that's pilots refer to it as a lot of guys and gals refer to it as a time builder job, right? So I don't know what the experience level was. This is, like you said, Mover, this is not the first time this has happened. Like I said, in the 90s, the Korean Air 747 did the same thing, right? So, I mean, it happens. It's sad, but it's one of the visual illusions, that can happen to you. And that's why, like you said, Mover, it's a good idea, especially out west. I mean, I do a very limited out west flying, but there's no cowboy time for me out there, man. I'm staying on a published airway, arrival, something where I've got, no kidding, doped out, safe altitudes for me. But that's just me. And maybe, there's probably some times where you can't. And I know these guys were, trying to get to the approach, but the GPS jamming was, probably slowed them down a little bit as far as decision making, what to do. But then they got vectors, right? So I don't know, man. It's like you said, I just think they lost SA of really where they were. You're muted.
Everybody's complaining to the controller about GPS jamming, so the controller's busy too, right?
100%.
So there's another breakdown in the because they're on the other line. There's other aircraft
Controllers
that are
are
trying
so
to
busy. I wish people could totally understand how many times, like, you call in to check in and you don't hear anything, and then a few minutes later, a few seconds later, they come back. They're like, "Sorry, I was on this other line doing this thing," or you can hear them talking to the aircraft because they're on a different frequency. Like, controllers are so busy. It's a lot. We're asking those guys to do a lot, be responsible for a lot, and I think they own that. They really take it seriously.
Yeah, just very, very tragic. I mean,
very sad.
At the end of the day, 4 people, their families have lost loved ones, and they've lost their lives. So,
well, dude, even the controller, right? Talking to these guys, clearing for the visual out there, and then, I mean, I'm sure he's thinking in his head, man, I should have.
Well, that's the thing. Like, in my experience, like, particularly with like my type of work, like, they're waiting for us to say, that we have the field in sight. Like, they want to give us that visual because it's one less, piece that they got to worry about, but they're reliant on the fact that you can actually do the thing.
Right.
So if you call it the field in sight, like, they're gonna give it to you, and then they're done. Like, contact tower on 121.8.
Well, this is non-towered, so they're
even worse. God, I hate going in non-towered places. Yeah.
This is position reports 122.8.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Good luck.
Right.
Well, call us on the ground on 1-800, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, night VFR in the mountains is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
night
like
IFR is bad, but at least your instruments.
Protected airspace.
You're relying. Yeah. The MSA is, I think, 13,000 feet, 13,200 feet.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right. And wrapping it up, Hold My Fear says, Mover, please put all Spectre series on Audible. Working on it. It's a slow process. White Anacondas, but thank you for listening. Says, can anybody say steam gauges and VOR fixes ADF and good old piloting? I don't do they still have VOR fixes? Is that even a thing anymore? I know the ADF's not.
It's cool to say old things that used to be a thing, but at the end of the day, I mean, they're not even teaching guys how to fly, like an NDB approach, and VOR is just kind of like a check the block. Like, it's just, those aren't things anymore. Sorry, they're just not.
Thank goodness.
Well, I know someone who was around with Wilbur and Orville.
Well, how did you do in the F8, Mover? I mean, in the F8, did they
when
have
you were in the Camel hitting the blip switch,
they looked at. I had a sextant. I used my old sextant, and the Sean says, at Cosmo, did you see that Purple now has an Apache cyclic grip to go with their collective? I put in the pre-order, going to buy those MPDs you reviewed to go with them.
The MPDs, are you talking about the total controls? Is that what he says? He doesn't say it. Those are cool. Those are perfect. I don't know anything about the Verpal Apache cyclic. I've said it before. The Apache in real world, the Apache collective has way too many buttons. So if you're paying for that, you're probably going too much. But if you got the money, go for it. Too much.
All right. And from Turkey, the guy who is terrified and doesn't like Turkish fighter drones, fire control, engagement sequence, or logic, kill chain decision process, and made it a moral dilemma is here.
Dude, huh?
Okay.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. But thanks to you for your $220 of
Well, it's Turkish lira or whatever.
Turkish lira.
I don't know what that is in
Thank you.
America. But thank you.
All right.
America money.
Do you not like Turkish fighter drones? Or
I don't know. I don't know who he's throwing. Is he throwing shit at us, or is he being cool? I don't even know how to decode this.
Maybe someone's in the room with him.
I don't have to be nice, so I'm going to assume that it's the worst. But you guys go ahead and assume that he's being the best, and then we'll just meet in the middle.
Mover, he put another comment up, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
But this is even dumber.
I don't
tell me, man.
This
One
is
of
not
these Air
reading
Force
this.
pilots didn't pull the trigger on orders. Dresden. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, so I have a question.
I'll let
And then-
Casmo do it.
Oh, brother, buckle up.
Tell me, man. That's the end. When did U.S. Air Force pilots didn't pull the trigger on orders? Dresden, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, P. So I do have a question. I wanted to ask you guys. I thought of this a while back, and I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to like,
Oh, well, so
like kill the vibes.
Casmo's Turkish alter ego has opened the door. Go
But
on.
thanks to Turkey, man.
Just do it, Casmo.
I'm gonna ask the question. So I do have a question. I was thinking about this the other day because we were winning in Iran and we were like bombing all these things. And then I thought about Desert Storm and we were like bombing all these things. And I remember, do you guys remember the bridge where like Norman Schwarzkopf was like, this is the luckiest man in Iraq? And like the bridge blew up right after the car or whatever. Do you guys remember that?
I remember that.
So I was thinking about this, and I'm honestly, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody. It's an honest question. So like for guys who are trained to go drop bombs on various targets, regardless of what it is there any conversation? Boy, we're getting deep. Is there any conversation about like, hey, you're gonna kill a janitor? You're gonna kill a civilian who just like handles these knobs or whatever at this plant, or he works on this bridge or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like I almost feel like right, like some of these targets, like I'm asking about collateral damage in the sense that it is known, like versus like you engage a target and there just happens to be people there, but these are targets where you just flat out know there's going to be somebody there. Is there any like conversation about that at all? Or is it just something like it's just accepted and like we just kind of move on with it? Again, I'm not trying to like
a conversation like airborne prior to
no, I mean just like
or...
just in general, like, hey, we just blew up this bridge and there was like 8 cars on it.
Well, dude, there's always talk of minimizing collateral damage. I mean, they came out with specific
CDE.
smaller buy-in. Like,
sure.
My experience was like if you wanted the least collateral damage, you called for 20 Mike.
Mm-hmm.
But Casmo's talking pre-planned targets, which I can't talk to because every target I've ever, it's always been
troops in contact for me.
Yeah,
and that's dynamic.
And I've been called off where I could see the guy carrying the RPG, and they're like, "No, we're not doing this because of civilians in the area." Like, this is, I mean,
yeah.
But you're talking like a pre-planned go strike.
I'm talking like you're going like midnight hammer this shit, and you're gonna go out and fly, and you're gonna hit this bridge.
Honestly, you have to go with commander's intent. I mean, at that point, it's a what was weaponeered, what was the commander's intent. Obviously, there's nothing perfect. You know,
sure.
I mean, there's never going to be a, hey, we're going to 100% get this right. And especially when you're talking a high value target, a nuclear facility or something that, you want to go away.
And I'm not like trying to throw shade. I'm just asking, like, it's different. Like you're talking to 47-year-old me versus like 27-year-old me who was like told, hey, go out there and do this shit. Like, all right, cool. But now like 20 years later, I got kids. I'm a grown up. Like I think about things differently and I look back at things that I did and I'm like, I don't know that I'm cool with that. And so I thought about that the other day because I was thinking about the luckiest man in Iraq. And I'm just like, I'm thinking about that dude. I don't remember what platform it was that dropped that bomb on that bridge, but I'm wondering, like, had that car been 10 seconds later and been center of that impact 20, 30 years later, would that pilot be like, man, I feel like shit.
But it does.
Dude,
I mean, you could ask that about World War II pilots, right? Because
you could, but I also
entire
think
war
that was a
would not have
different
been-
time. But I also think that was a different time.
War is war,
I don't.
though.
You see,
Is it
Casmo,
though? I don't
Well-
think that's true.
well,
I don't
Casmo,
think
like
that's true.
I've seen plenty of Vietnam era fighter pilots talk about this very thing, and I mean, dude, like Duke Cunningham, the Navy ace, he flew back to Vietnam to like visit the family, right, of guys he shot down. So like, it does,
Right.
like you said, man, age changes your perspective. I understand 100%
Yeah.
what you're saying, because I have kids now, and like I think about the things that I did when I was in my 20s, and I completely understand what you're saying. But while I was there, in the moment, like Mover's saying, there's an objective, and really, I hate to say it, but you're focused on the objective, not so much all the little nuances.
And that's all I'm asking. I mean, I get like there's people in the comments that want to call me like a pussy and a traitor or whatever, but like that's not what I'm asking. Like at the end of the day, you have to live with the things that you did. And even if it was morally 100% correct or legally 100% correct, like there's still like a repercussion. And that's all I'm asking is like, was there ever any conversation about those types of things? Was there any sort of recognition, or was it just like, it is what it is? And that's fine. I'm just curious, like, whatever. I'm woke, it's fine.
No, dude, it's a valid question. Like I said, there's, the command, you get from leadership, the target, and that's what you focus on. And I mean, we all know I don't have to tell you this, but it's like Mover said, it's not perfect. No.
Yeah, it's not 100%. It's not.
That's why we always preach, dude, get it done peacefully, because violence is the last means that you want to handle the problems.
But you can't have, a dozen people questioning. It doesn't work. That's how the military is, though. I mean, I know. Unless it's a unconstitutional, unlawful order, you're going to salute smartly and go, "Roger that, sir. Here's my target pack." And that's because that's how war is.
Yeah, but there's I don't disagree with that. I'm not countering that. What I'm tacking onto that is I think that there's a hidden cost that the military sometimes doesn't necessarily agree with or doesn't want you to think about until it's later, and then you kind of have to deal with that.
Well,
I don't
because
know.
the military should not be a toy, like Gonky said.
Well, thank you very much.
It's not a hey,
I don't know who Skid is, but I'm apparently he's a hero, but he says I have issues. I don't think I have issues. I think I'm just an adult who's having a conversation.
We're not good at.
Well, I do, but I don't think that it's wrong. I don't think that it's wrong to have this question.
It's not wrong, dude.
I don't think that it's wrong to have these like thoughts, and I don't think that it makes you. Hold on. I don't think that it makes you wrong to have these questions. I don't think it makes you wrong to have these conversations. So if you think that's wrong, that's on you. I guarantee you that I'm okay. I'm just asking a fucking question.
It's valid.
Okay,
but like I said,
thank you.
Holly Movie Star says, taking Casmo's question to a positive, it's like, how do we protect the future mental health of our pilots and warfighters as we wage war in the present? Right? That's kind of what Casmo's getting at.
Yeah, I don't know. We fucking do a mental health minute or whatever.
That's this.
But we're not allowed to fucking talk about it.
We just rebranded it.
We just rebranded it.
And Ozymandias says, my grandfather, B-22 bombardier, had nightmares for 30 years after service in World War II. How would you not ponder these things?
Yeah. Well, dude, that's why alcoholism, man, it was huge. There was no such thing as PTSD. It was shell shock, right? So they, unfortunately, those guys saw a lot of bad things and they drowned their sorrows. They tried to forget what they saw.
Old Navy guy says, as an IRQ or Iraq, Afghanistan strike lead, I never called off a strike because someone innocent was going to be killed. It's an unfortunate part of war. So there's one answer. And Emerald says, my point was, is there any difference in general ordering to a pilot than a general ordering the same objective to a drone? Is there any circumstance which where pilots didn't pull the trigger? Yeah. There's instances where pilots have called off strikes, at least in close air support. where, they have the final hammer. I mean, you always have release authority.
Yeah.
You're the one who hits the pickle button. Yeah.
That's right.
You're the one that's gonna get fucking pulled in front of the court.
Yeah.
When you release, it's not the guy in the back that tells you cleared hot. It's you.
Yeah.
Something even more controversial. Tom would like to know pineapple on pizza, or he's letting us know, is greater than anchovies on pizza.
That's
true.
a lie, Tom.
No,
and you
no
know
way.
that it's a lie. That you know that you're lying
I'll take
in front of everybody.
Okay. Well, Zach says, all right, meow, group hug. Listen, we're way off the rails at 2 hours and 36 minutes. So, Casmo, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man.
We miss you. We will see you in 1 month, probably.
1 month.
Maybe.
Oh, I might be too woke.
Look, tomorrow you'll wake up, you feel better. You'll be like, I can't wait to get
I feel perfectly fine. I'm tired of the chest beating bullshit by people who just whatever. Just fuck off. I don't care. Good night, everybody.
All right. Well, Gonky, great to see you as always. See you next week. If the show still exists, we'll do it.
You'll be fine. You're gonna do fine.
Doug, thank you in the background for laying low and avoiding the frag.
That's right.
I'm sorry that I shot you, Doug, in Ready or Not.
That was funny. That's one of our best clips. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Shot each other.
Wait. What?
Full Afterburner says meatballs on pizza.
That's good. Good stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys.